Awesome. Welcome to this Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream. I completely forgotten what the fuck I was going to say. Sorry. That was a great start.
We're here.
It's
we're
not
playing.
2024, or Glasgow 2024, so
No.
like, it really does throw you off.
We are here representing the convention Glasgow 2024, which was the Worldcon that happened in Glasgow in 2024 back in August. So I'm afraid you have missed that if you're tuning in for that kind of content.
It's done.
But we do highly recommend that you check out the Worldcons that are happening next year and for further years and see if any of those are of interest / near you so that you can go and visit them.
Or cons in general.
Yeah, just
go to a con.
any convention.
Highly recommend the Easter cons in the UK. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, one in Belfast should be good.
Yeah, we've got Belfast next year, haven't we? Should stop thinking about that. As always, we have the links on the pay or in the chat for the fan fund that you can still donate to if you like, and that money will go towards helping fans get to conventions if they don't or otherwise have the funds to do so. And the reverse of that is, if you find yourself in a position where you do not have the funds to get to a convention, please contact the fan fund and see if they can help you out. They're always very happy to try and help you get to conventions if they can. So yeah, there's two sides of that. So this is Let's Roll session
23!
On the 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. So this is Let's Roll Hell on Highwater session 23. So this is a D&D 5th edition 2014 rules, not 2024. Live
many
play?
things we need to specify now.
I don't like it.
We're playing
Live,
D&D!
We're just a home game.
We're
that
here,
happens
we're
to
playing.
be
It's-
online.
yeah.
Until we're over.
Actual play, live play.
actual play, live play, yeah. This is
Something.
my own homebrew world, but it is heavily stolen from everything, because that's what you do in D&D. And I think we'll do introductions and then jump into a recap.
Yes.
So I'm Alex, I'm the DM, it's my world, these are my NPCs, I got everything that isn't these three.
Hi, Alex.
Hi,
Alex.
Alex.
I don't have an alcohol problem, thank you very much.
I'm Isla, I'm playing Kai. They are a half-elf warlock bard.
Hi, I'm Will. I play Adolin, and he's a Aasimar ranger.
Sorry, I'm distracted because Colt's back. Hi, Colt.
Oh,
Michael!
I'm Rosie. I'm playing Polly. She is a druid of Circle of Bees. She is an Aasimar, and yep, that's everything, right? There's the
Sprinklet of Paladin?
Oh,
shit!
but
I
Paladin,
thought
you've
I
multi-classed.
knew there was something I forgot. Yes, I also
I
have
know
a
it's
couple.
been a while, but...
Couple levels of paladin. She feels like a druid. She just hits real hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Wicked. And I think with that, we'll get the timer ready, and we will...
How long for the recap?
I'll give you 3 minutes.
I would like 3. I haven't actually read back over these notes since.
Two of the 3 minutes are you reading
I
the
actually
notes.
think this is going to be pretty concise. Our session was like chaotic but minimalist.
Yeah, not...
Kind of,
I
yeah.
think we'll be
Yeah.
okay.
Ready?
Mhm.
Steady?
Yeah, sorted. Let's go.
Go.
When we left our heroes, the previous session picked up in the middle of a long rest as they were, let's say, exiting the Feywilds after they're running with the Collector and his mad palace and trials and shit. But we now have all the plot MacGuffins that we've been trying to collect for 23 sessions, and we're on the way out. The party was relaxing by the side of a lake, which has this kind of gateway made of standing stones and an island in the centre of it. It's going to be our way out of the Feywild. There had been some drama between Adolin and his divine patron just before. Adolin's Aasimar status has been revoked, so he's not doing too well on that.
That's so rough.
Is he just a guy now?
Kinda.
Yeah.
He's
just a
more
guy.
than a guy. He is a knight.
He's a knight. He's got more. There's more to him than just the divine shit.
Does he still want to be a knight?
Oh, don't. This is the recap.
Okay. At minimum, he is a boy.
He's our boy.
Oh my
He's our
gosh.
boy.
There was some speculating around long-running or recurring character Io/Eofiel, angel, patron, international wound and mystery, and with a combined 36 religion check, which I think had like contributions from Barracks and guidance and everything. We tried to understand the various splinters of Io that existed, the mortal form running around in the form of the paladin Io, this divine aspect of her that was
the sword,
the soul that was like imprisoned in the celestial planes, and the divine spark, like her kind of innate nature that We don't know where that is or what it is or how to find it.
We guessed it was the sword.
I'm
Yeah.
so
That's one option.
sold on it being the sword.
I love the idea that we've just been toting a god about.
We need to put her back
red
together.
As hell.
Third of a god.
A third of a god.
Yes.
Adolin tries a little divine connection, reaches out to Io and finds that the soul aspect of her is just kicking around in Perelmire, a city that we had been to previously on the material plane that's now in Avernus, the first layer of the Hells.
Pearlmire, more like Perilmire.
Oh.
Peril! Jeez, peril.
I know.
I need to find a way to reward you for puns that isn't just inspiration, because you'll end up with way too inspiration.
Have like a +1 on your next roll.
That's really hard to keep track of.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you make more puns than you do rolls at this point.
Just us punning constantly so we can get a really mad buff.
Oh yeah, it's not stacking. I'm not doing that.
Sorry, I'm running out of your time.
No, it's fine. I'm just going to go over the time. So we then set about trying to leave the Feywild and activate this gateway that an ally of ours, Prince Aligarth, has been trying to do single-handedly with a rowboat and no weapons, and hadn't managed it in like 6 months. So
He was so depressed.
he was having a very rough time of it.
And we just did it first time.
But we can all fly and have ranged weapons and have a Pegasus, so
Yeah, he was given a task that was specifically impossible.
For
Yeah.
one person, yeah.
for him. Turns out we're actually very, very good at it. I'm keeping my own time now. And so we managed to get back to Perelmire with all of our allies in tow. We rocked back up thinking, oh, we'll be welcomed as heroes. We dropped back in the middle of the fucking
reception.
the refugee centre that is the main temple of Perelmire, and everybody immediately just drew swords on us and went, who the hell are you? How did you get in here? What are you doing? I believe I rolled another nat 1 charisma check.
He got skewered
It
for
was
it, I
so
believe.
great.
Was it a nat one or an unnatural one?
It could have been an unnatural one, because Adolin has negative modifier. However, we cleared up that misunderstanding, met back up with the folks in charge, the High Knights of the Knights of Ash, our sort of handler, Garen of the Light Ravens. It turns out like things aren't going great here, people are still surviving, but there's still a lot to be done, and it turns out that just showing up with all the MacGuffins isn't quite enough to win.
Hey, when that happens.
So we're a little ways off winning yet.
And Cat's here.
The
yeah,
cat,
Cat's
the
here.
random cat, is the cat in the pile?
Yeah.
Here's the cat, winged cat.
Yeah.
But we thought that given that we had a little bit of time to breathe at this point, we'd try and see if we can reactivate the Cup of the Cosmos, one of our few plot MacGuffins, with the help of some arcane nerds that we keep downstairs in the other
Dig
room,
him out the basement.
who we had a bit of a falling out with last time we spoke to them. We are going to try and track down the remaining thirds of Io
Yeah.
by putting some scouts out to look for the aspects that are apparently roaming
She
around
works here.
Perelmire.
We can find her.
She's somewhere.
She works here.
She works here.
Mortal Io is somewhere, and Spirit Eofiel is kicking around somewhere.
She's not a Knight of Ash.
Oh.
She just did.
I keep forgetting that because she was.
She's just a paladin.
She turned
Yeah.
up with them. I keep forgetting she's not one of them.
And to try and perhaps glean a little more information, we were considering going back to speak to Undead Dragon Spirit,
Oh yes.
who lives in the library. Miriam. And that's sort of where we're
that's
at.
us.
That sounds good.
Woo.
Smashing.
Awesome. So I believe we left off just after having a meeting with Garen and William, the High Observer of the Knights of Ash.
We tried to keep our cards close to our chest and failed, so he knows mostly everything now.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Garen,
who was it? It was you, wasn't it? You said
always
you
me.
told them everything.
It's always me.
You were just very
Garen was
transparent.
like kind of pissed with you. 'Cause you weren't supposed to tell William that much.
Well, what's done is done.
What's done is done.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yes, but also, god damn it.
Every single NPC we've met to have a conversation with, Kai's just been like, "Here's the entire plot,"
What's
and
the-
every time you get
Yeah.
mad, and then never say, "Don't do it again."
What's the
So
issue is that
they just keep doing it.
You are the face of the party.
Yeah.
You have the highest charisma. We can't actually be too furious at you because you do save us from things like Adolin talking.
Last time you talking almost got us killed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you did almost get everybody stabbed by the Knights of Ash.
So despite the fact that
Happens.
Kai always says what we think is the wrong thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's the right thing to say.
we don't die. So they must be doing something right.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry, my neighbours appear to be doing some DIY. I hope that's not picked up by the mic.
I have no idea.
Yeah, so I believe you've just had this meeting. I think Garen has slipped off already, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to hang out with Lena.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
Because
Yeah.
you brought
Yes.
Lena back, who obviously has some kind of
So,
history
yeah,
with Garen.
he's gone off somewhere. Ursula's gone to look for Cat.
Ursula went looking for Cat. I believe you've reconnected with Ursula after saying, I haven't seen a cat.
Oh yeah.
Have we seen new Ursula, by the way?
Oh, yes, we have.
Oh,
a
new
mini.
Ursula?
Yes.
There's a new Ursula.
New Ursula.
Yeah.
So he's been a monk this whole time.
Yeah, he has been. So now we have a monk dragonborn for
Oh
him.
god.
Has he always been wearing a very
Has he
scantily,
always been? Yeah.
like,
He's
It's
not-
butt
always
naked?
He's always been so sexy.
Yes.
How?
However, he does usually wear clothes.
Holy shit! Good for him.
Good for him for wearing clothes, or
For being so
no,
buff.
for being so buff. Yeah.
Show it to
being
the
so buff,
camera.
but not necessarily showing it off by
He's
going around in a
beautiful.
skirt.
Thank you.
I do keep on forgetting he's a dragonborn.
Why?
Yes, I mean same.
I do. So
Just
that
there you go.
that will really help me remember
Your
that.
dragonborn handler that you're like, yeah, fuck it, it's fine.
He's huge.
He is, that mini is on a slightly different scale, which is a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
But
No, I think
he's
it's
just
perfect.
that tall.
well, he's a dragonborn, so he is
Yeah.
significantly taller than all of you. But
Amazing.
Colt, what kind of birds do you have?
I'm sorry, what?
They heard the knocking and thought it was birds on the balcony.
Oh.
On his balcony.
Oh my
Ah.
god, okay.
What birds?
Real bites, not
really,
for food.
Real
really
beefy
big.
ones.
Albatross.
Yeah. Dinosaurs.
Right, so we've
Okay, pterodactyl.
reconnected with Ursho. We had that weird conversation with Sir Siren as well.
I'm so glad we finished the recap and then did another recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sirens are like
We found a loophole.
highest level
remember his-
cleric
oh,
available
yeah,
to us or
yeah,
something.
Yeah, he's the really weird old man that's like, interesting.
Yeah, he was the
Oh,
one they
I
brought
like
in to ask
him.
about, like, you know, the wards and guards on the palace and the temple even, and he went, oh yeah, we thought they were up and you shouldn't have been able to teleport in. Funny that.
Oh god.
Anyway.
Anyway, and then he left. And the Hives over left. We then leveled with Garen about everything. Anything that was left to level with him.
It's all good.
There was other stuff.
There was,
Yeah.
because I believe you cut Kai off halfway through the conversation with William. Yes. Right, so what are we doing now? We have landed back in Perma. We're, I believe, a little bit beaten up.
We haven't had a rest since the fight at the gateway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. So some folk are down a little bit health and resources.
Oh, cool.
Algarthus took some hits, but he's doing alright.
Mm.
And yeah.
So, what are we doing?
Well, if Garen's leaving us to our own
Oh,
devices, is anybody going to talk to the arcane chaps for us
About what?
about using the cup?
No, I believe Garen has just sort of left you to deal with
Yeah, so we
that.
had-
So somebody is definitely talking to the clerics about the security of the the main
So somebody
temple.
else is doing that, and then on our list we had talk to the people about the cup, talk to the Light Ravens about finding Io, and speak to Miriam about Io.
Okay,
I think
Yep.
that was our list.
that
That
is
was.
all I've been told that you want
Yeah.
to do. Yes,
Mhm.
so
Shall we go and see the wizard downstairs about planar travel?
you are on the ground floor. He's also on the ground floor.
There is no downstairs.
No.
There's no downstairs.
The only thing that's
Apart from
downstairs is the library.
Well, we'll be going there at some point.
Okay, so yeah, wizard then. I mean, I kind of want to talk to Miriam because I feel like whatever she says might actually influence our plans.
Yeah, I think we need to do both. It's just which do we need to do?
Yeah, I'm just
First.
saying they're the two big priorities. All the other little stuff we could delegate if we wanted.
Is the library sort of within the main temple complex?
Sort of. It's like
It's in a branch.
yeah, so you go down the stairs to get to the main open library bit, which is open to everyone, and then there was a spiral staircase in the
Yeah.
corner of that went down
But the
again.
main,
The Irish
main
basement.
library is part of the main
That's good.
complex. Like it's
Yeah,
easy,
yeah. So,
it's not
um,
accessible.
If you remember roughly the Triforce symbol, is it Triforce symbol? It's the weird like
Mm-hmm.
3-pointed star.
Three-pointed
plus
star,
yeah.
Mercedes.
Mercedes
Benz.
symbol that the main temple is. I keep trying to call it a high hole. I need to get out of that habit. is the central area has got a lot of staircases in that goes up the main spire, which is where like all the offices and admin and training facilities and classrooms and stuff are for a lot of the Knights of Ash. Downstairs goes to the main library like complex, which is the 2-story like the bit with the lovely ceiling, if you remember, and like the absolute onslaught of books. In the corner of that room there was a spiral staircase behind a gate.
It went down like
Yeah.
a
It
went
million
down.
floors.
Yeah, a million floors, and that went to the basement. And that's where the restricted section is.
They're restricted, actually.
Yes. What specifically do we want to talk to Miriam about?
Her conversations with Io, I want to know exactly which facet she's actually been talking to. Because
Yes.
there were at least 2 kicking about that. Well, there's one that we think it is, which is Io.
Do
But-
we want to wait until we found the physical form of Io first? Because last time we went and asked questions about
She was
her,
really
she
mad at
did
us,
try
yeah.
and kill us. But
Maybe
maybe
that's
if we,
a good
But we talked her
bring
down.
her as like a human shield, it could work better.
You talked her down after she nearly murdered at least one of you.
Yeah.
But we were like level 8 at the time. Or
The
something.
only reason we survived that is because you had a broken magic item. Like, that
What?
that was the only
Hornet bolt.
reason.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
we-
Shredded her with the hornet bolts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, it would have been game over without those.
But
I was paralyzed for at least,
God,
like,
yeah.
2
Yes.
rounds of it.
I think you got stuck behind a staircase for a while.
Yeah.
So, yes, I think that upon
so-
reflecting, I think that's actually quite a good
So
idea.
shall we go talk to the nerds first, then find
Nerds,
Io, and then talk to
Io,
Miriam?
Then Miriam, yes.
Lovely.
plan. In fact, Io on herself, we know that Io the paladin is self-sufficient and is probably okay out there, but Io with like another facet of her transplanted in, is she going to be okay? Like,
When we're talking about this, can we use slightly more clear language so I know which bit we're
So
talking
the physical
about?
part on her own is fine, but you're saying if we put the soul into the physical part,
I'm just worried that she'll panic and then there's a whole bunch of chaos going on out there. Like, what? Like,
we don't want to accidentally give someone DID.
yeah, yes, pretty much, absolutely. Especially when there's so much going on out there, like it might be a really overwhelming situation. Like, there's a possibility that she's just hiding somewhere, in which case Gary, or like felling demons left and right, which is kind of okay too. But if she's killing everyone who comes near her, bit more of a problem.
Mortal Io seemed pretty put together.
Yeah, I was just
from when we
meaning
met her.
like the physical.
Yeah. Spirit Io's been panicky.
Yeah.
So when they blend,
Who's in charge?
What do we anticipate?
Are we going to have a
will
super
happen?
powerful panicky knight?
Exactly. Should we go
Right.
find her and calm her down sooner rather than later? Like, is this actually maybe a bigger priority than the wizards, or should we talk to the wizards first? They're
don't
really
know.
close
Getting
by.
Perlmar back is the main
Yeah,
objective.
they're
Yeah.
right
The wizards are
here.
in the next room.
Okay,
They're
fine.
next
They're
door. We can just go there.
Never
Let's go there.
mind.
Yeah, so like you're in like one of the admin rooms that's like just like in the middle bit. Kind of thing. The wizard dudes were set up in the command center, which was in one of the temple prongs, essentially.
Okay.
What?
I'm just already annoyed at them.
Already?
Nothing's happened yet, but I'm
It's
preemptively annoyed.
Like months in real time since you've spoken to these people,
Yeah.
and you're already preemptively annoyed
Yes.
by these
This
nerds.
grudge has been like just
Festering.
fed.
Oh.
Like this continues to burn.
It's funny, you're the party's like arcane caster as well.
And
like,
you're furious
you're the one
at
that can
them.
like talk to them about shit.
Yeah, and they wouldn't listen to anything I said.
No,
They were
furious.
very rude
I mean,
and dismissive.
You kind of did your usual thing where you overloaded them with a lot of information and you
Yes,
made them.
it was very
They're this
helpful
close to
I
making
information.
a
believe you
Citizens
told them
arrest.
you were going to go kill someone that was very high up in their
I
order.
We
Yes.
said that
Ethically.
Arva was betraying them,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Excuse me."
Do you want to be the one that talks to them?
I could cast
Zone of Truth or something?
No, I was gonna do enhance ability. I
yeah.
could do give you advantage on persuasion or something. Might be easier.
Who? Adolin.
I mean, I could do it to myself. I suppose.
Yeah, I think yourself
but
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a negative charisma, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to do the talking, do you?
No. I'm fine to do this talking. I don't want to be mean to Adolin. Okay.
got
You
no
can
charisma.
be constructive. It's
Yeah.
constructive feedback.
I could
You
cast
have
You
a
it
need
lot
to
of
work on
strength.
your ability to talk to people.
I could cast it on myself, or I could cast it on you, and then no matter how infuriating you are, they'll just be like, "There's just something about them that could work."
They're
Hey,
talking
intimidation's
sense.
a charisma check.
It's true. It's true.
You're like, look, you little fucking nerds. I love how you constantly refer to them as nerds as well, despite the fact you are also
You
an arcane
started
caster. I did
it.
not. No, somebody else started that, and I just jumped on the bandwagon.
Anyways, that is an option. Maybe we should just talk.
Yes.
What's the worst that can happen? We get transported to hell.
I mean, admittedly, I believe you had that conversation with them. Was it before or after you got jumped to hell?
It was just after.
It was
Just
it was after.
Okay.
Because it had happened and
Okay.
we were like, where the fuck is Arva? We're going to kill her. And they were like, excuse me. What?
She's our boss. What?
Okay, so we're going to go find the mages.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Heading back into the command center.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, so heading out back into the sort of main central area, you can see that this place is still a hubbub of activity. You can see that there are like troops or like what's the right term? Small groups of knights still like filtering in, and you can see they're obviously sort of like patrol groups. That's very like obvious to yourself as like part of the member. They are badly beaten up and hurt as they're coming in, and you can see that there are patrol groups getting ready to go back out. They're getting strapped up with gear and things like that, and a few extra like whatever healing that they can be given that is like instant use that isn't like going to be a massive drain on the resources of the clerics here and things like that, because they're trying to keep everyone alive, but there's not a lot they can do at this point. And you can see like the patrol groups that are coming back in, they're smaller than the ones going out. It's quite obvious that they are losing folk as they're going out on patrols. The like sort of refuge centre, which is where everybody's sort of bedding down and getting fed and stuff like that, it's also sort of half turning into a makeshift hospital at this point. The like cleric central bit, which is where you first got pulled into to be healed when you got here, has started to like overflow into that main refuge centre where there's a lot like hospital beds at the very beginning kind of thing, where folk are getting treated. And see, most people look like it's fairly high level wounds. You've got maybe a broken arm at worst kind of thing, but I don't think it's a huge leap between your group to know that that's probably because anything worse means you don't get back here. Somebody can run with a broken arm. Somebody gets a broken leg, they're not coming back, essentially. There's the other, and then there's sort of like the command centre prong, which is the bit that you're heading towards, which is where a lot of the meetings have been taking place. This is where everybody's strategizing. There are a couple of guards across here to like just stop the general public from wandering into the command centre, but they now know you by sight, so you are fully capable of wandering past them. You can see that Sir Siren is off to one side, surrounded by a group of people, maybe 3 people that are in like sort of clerical robes, stood at one side, obviously having some kind of discussion. And you can see like there is somebody furiously scribbling notes as part of that as well, and they've got like a chalkboard kind of up to one side where they're like scribbling stuff on it. They're obviously having quite an in-depth discussion there. You can also see in this room, I think you'd immediately recognise the Adolin. Greyfall is still in this room. He looks pretty beaten up and tired on one side. One of his wings is quite obviously like strapped to his body.
Oh dear. We could use this.
What?
He's a traitor. He's like,
Yeah.
he's not high key a traitor,
He's
but
on the
he's
list.
definitely not been on the up and up. We could use this. Also, that and your mad sexual chemistry.
Other than that, the command centre, William doesn't appear to be in here right now, neither does Garen, but it's quite possible they're simply having private meetings, or William might actually be getting some sleep. He doesn't appear to be getting a lot of that at the
Good
moment.
for him.
So it is busy in here, but everyone appears to be split into their small groups, as it were. In the corner where the mages were before, that were just sort of crammed up in a load of desks with, well, it's essentially kind of beanbags as well, which is what they've given them as chairs, because they're like academics. They don't need proper
They don't
facilities.
need back support.
No, they're just gonna like lounge, and you can see there is still 3 of them sat there.
Wow.
Um,
Same 3?
I think so, yeah. I think you'd be able to recognise that it is the same three that are sat there, like, poring over books. You can see that the pile of books that was around them originally has gotten significantly higher, and there are a lot more, like, open around them as well. And there's a lot more, they have their own chalkboard, which is, like, chock-a-block with notes and arcane symbols and things like that as well. They're obviously continuing to research. It's just gotten bigger and bigger, and they're obviously not returning the books. Okay, so what are we doing?
Oh, who's leading?
I think it still
You
should
have a
be.
democracy, you get to choose what to do.
I do still think it should be.
I can still talk to them.
Yeah, okay.
I can be professional.
Do you want enhanced ability, or do you think you're
I think
fine?
I'm okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think you're fine too.
I just had to check. It was like plus 15.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
you're good. You're
So
fine.
Lena will also be following you. Alagarthus will quietly, you'll have told him that he can go rest.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to sleep. Essentially, he hasn't really slept or eaten properly in about 6 months, so he's quite keen to go out and lie
Yeah.
down. Like, he's been able to rest in the Feywilds, but it's not been good.
Are there days and nights here?
No, not in hell.
So we've gone from permanent daytime to permanent nighttime. Perfect.
It's
Averages
still
are.
fairly bright
Oh,
in
I was imagining
Adolin.
dusk.
It's like a really red sky,
imagine
is that right?
like do you know in the sci-fi movies where you see a planet that's got like this really thick atmosphere and then there's a bright
Yeah,
reddish
yeah.
light behind that? It's that kind of vibe with like
Right.
lightning strikes and the occasional meteor.
Oh boy.
Fun times.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, hey, look!
This is what's outside right now.
it's not dark but it's not sunlight,
Okay.
which can be
Wow.
mechanically advantageous depending on the character that you take. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm looking around the side of the screen. Sorry, there's more devils over here. It's like panel, 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 panel.
Okay, cool. Please, what are we doing?
Talk.
Go to the mages.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see all three of them are awake. There's also like a strewn of like mugs and stuff around them. You can see that occasionally a cleric does come up and like scoop them up, but then immediately resupplies them with like constant what is essentially coffee.
I wonder if we could maybe give them a present.
I was about to say, shall we start off on a good foot and just bring them a coffee?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure. You
Yeah.
want some honey in that?
And divert via the kitchen first.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. So you divert via the kitchen. You can see this is getting to be quite a slim operation itself. There's not that many people in here, and you can see it's actually been taken over by civilians. It's no longer the Knights of Ash that are running the kitchen.
That's
They
very
cannot
nice.
spare the knights to run this anymore. You can also see they are running quite low on supplies and food and things like that. They're getting to the point where they're doing the continuous soup thing, where they just keep putting things in the pot and hoping it never runs out.
Oh, that's grim.
There's a boot in there.
Probably they will get to that stage at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, just the boot. Okay.
Yeah, leather. It'll give
Yeah.
water flavour.
Yeah, I wasn't reading a whole ass boot, don't you worry.
Yeah, it's like, are we at the cannibalism stage already?
I'm trying to see if I've
Well,
got any
it's been a few
spells I can
weeks.
have. didn't
So
have
yeah,
anything.
scooting into there, you can see they don't want to give you anything. That is very clear. Like they will give you a meager bowl of soup, like for free, because that's part of the job kind of thing. But asking for anything more than that, they're not happy. But after a bit of backwards and forwards, to be like, it's for the mages kind of thing. And they're like, "Oh,
It's not
Fine.
for us. I realise we're 3 people and
This
we're taking
isn't-
3 mugs, but it's not for us.
This
you
is
technically
a-
4 because Lena is
Oh,
following
true.
you. But yeah, eventually, yeah, they will relent. They will give you like what is essentially black coffee because they don't even there's no milk anymore. That's not the thing. But they have they have like this stash in one of the back cupboards, which has obviously been kept out of the way because it's obviously been kept for the mages to keep them
Aw.
going. And they supply you with 3 very thin coffees.
Okay.
Thank them warmly for it.
Yes.
Load up a tray and start making back towards the mages.
Okay.
Greet them politely.
Yes.
Now play nice.
Did we ever get their names? I don't
Nope.
think we
No,
I
did.
don't think we did.
No, you did.
Well, they didn't get ours. So that's fine.
I believe they did.
Oh. Well then.
They know exactly who you are.
They don't know who Adolin is. Adolin wasn't with us. Adolin presumably doesn't quite understand the beef that you guys have.
Were you asleep?
You
I
just
believe
know.
you were doing paperwork for your trials.
It was just
Oh.
before or just after the trials. No, it was just
No, the
after
trials-
trials.
It was,
It was
it
after-
was after the trials.
The trials was while Paramount were still in the material plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we came back.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
were you out on patrol? Was
You were
that-
on patrol or asleep.
That's
resting
right.
afterwards, yeah.
No, you were on patrol. Holy shit. Yeah.
You went and did your job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Good
getting
job.
hired and immediately wanting to get out of it.
And realising, oh, this was a bad idea.
Okay.
Okay, head on over to them in their pile of books.
Okay. They don't really acknowledge you. They are like heads down. There's obviously like a discussion going between them, but you can quite clearly see it appears to be telepathic. They're not bothering to talk out loud.
Mood.
Same. Do they know that the Archdevils are listening in?
You can talk to them and ask them if you like.
Pop down the coffees. They're sat on the beanbags?
They sort of sit round
All
the side
sit
table.
down.
They're sort of like in a central circle. They are almost completely enclosed. It's quite obviously they have not come out of this area in some time. Putting down the tray, they would immediately just sort of put their old mugs down and pick up the new ones. They
Make a
don't
hole.
even look
I
at you,
take
kind
the
of thing.
tray away
Okay.
again.
But like starting to like nudge your way in. They're like, "Wait, what are you doing? Don't knock over the books. What are you doing?"
I'm not knocking anything. You know the Archdevils can hear all your telepathic communications?
Yeah, but not while we're in the temple.
No, I can still hear
We
it.
just teleported in here. The defences are not working as they're meant to, so just a heads up.
And see, all three of them would just go and look between them and be like, "Wait, the Hallow's not working."
No, that's what Sir Siren's working out just now.
And then all three of them just sort of to where the siren is sort of.
With the person taking notes.
Yeah, somebody's like furiously taking notes, and there's like two other like clerics stood there like discussing things, and the siren just appears to be sort of and like occasionally noting, like saying
So
stuff.
funny.
This is why we're just like, guards and wards. Question mark? Exclamation mark.
I think it's more like magical symbols, I'm afraid, and things like that.
So
and,
like
notes.
their version of emojis.
That frowny face.
He's the confused maths lady meme.
Yes. A
You know, she just came out. Yeah.
Okay. You can so all
Silly
three of
memes
them,
aren't people.
all three of the mages like swivel their head round, and you can see the look of anger, sheer anger and annoyance on their faces, and they're like, "Why? Did nobody tell us this?"
Well, we found out like when did we get here? 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Minutes ago.
It's not
It's a
enough.
new
Fine.
development.
Okay. How long has the Hello not been working? You can see like all three of them are like quite obviously shaking at this point. They have probably not slept in quite some time.
Educated guess, the entire time we've been in hell.
But to clarify, it's more like it's working in the sense that somebody is letting it.
Yeah,
They're
so
being selective about what can get through, and apparently we were fine to get through.
so
What?
I
so
don't
the
know.
Hallows are being controlled by a god. I'm guessing before it was Torm because of the temple, but now it's in the domain of whoever
Yes.
the most highest power archdevil is.
Right, so we now right. Okay, so yeah, whatever domain of Avernus we're in,
Yes.
they've got control of our Hallow.
Pretty much.
That's great. That's just. I mean, what's the point of doing all this?
It's an interesting angle though because the demons and everyone still haven't been able to get in.
Which means that somebody's looking out for us.
Yeah.
I mean, well, the demons are getting.
They're not
They're
getting in
getting
the
in
building.
the old-fashioned way.
Well, they haven't got to the building.
They've not
We
teleported.
just
in.
teleported in. They could.
Well,
And the
demons don't
devils.
usually teleport.
That's fair.
Well,
So
anyway.
what have you been working on? Because clearly we've just ruined some stuff.
Well, we were working on how to get the city back because we knew we needed to teleport it back because we're in Avernus. It's not like we can just walk home or anything like that. But if we don't control the domain, then we can't do any of that because we don't control the domain. How are we supposed to move a city when we don't control the domain?
Good news. We have
You
the...
control the domain?
No, but we do have the Cup of the Cosmos.
Yes, okay, yeah, cool.
Wow, that was really underwhelming.
Really thought you'd be more
I thought that
enthused
Well,
was-
it
about
means
that.
you can leave.
Oh, we know how to power it to
We
it's
can
how
overpower. It was used to teleport the whole city here
It's
because
too
it got
small for that.
overpowered.
No,
It did. We have the notes.
We have the notes that
Should we
explain
just-
how to overcharge the cup to surround a bigger area and transport
Yes.
the city as a whole. We're pretty confident this is how the Paramount was moved here in the first place.
And we can do it again. We just need to charge it, and that is the challenge. Should we just give them telepathically? I'll just be like, we have the notes. Should we just give them the notes? I think.
Do
it'd
we
be-
still have the notes?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
We
have
still
the
have the
notes.
notes?
Yeah, you've got Arva's notebooks.
Yep.
Okay.
We're not going to tell them who it came from, though.
So it's like property of
No.
Arva all over it.
God's sake.
I mean,
Rip
actually,
off the front cover.
if
Here you
anything,
go.
this just really makes what you were saying last
Yes.
time a little bit more like legit.
Believable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Plug-
you can
plug
see
them
like
down.
all three of them, they've deflated throughout this conversation with you. They've spent obviously days trying to research that, and most of their research is now out the window with this.
I'm just like,
Hmm.
good berry.
They sort of look at you.
It's a full meal, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's something. I give them all some good berries.
Is this why you brought raspberries?
No, I got them because they were free.
Hanging.
One of them just sort of gives up in the
Mhm.
background and like puts his cloak over his head and tries to go to sleep
Having
on the
that.
table.
Yeah.
The other two are just sat there like,
The domain control angle's still a worthwhile one exploring, and we are actually chasing up a lead on that.
That's
Yes.
it's a really good point. If we need permission, then maybe that can make it easier. Maybe we don't need to overcharge the item as much. Okay, again, internally,
Mm.
where do we stand on having them think about teleporting just the people and not the city? Because that
Yeah.
arguably would be
A lot
easier.
easier.
Yeah.
And it does fulfill your end of the bargain
Hmm.
a little as well.
Yeah.
So
Could ask them if that's feasible.
yeah, it's worth mentioning. Maybe
Yeah.
that'd be easier.
okay.
Yes, we've been floating the idea of maybe not bringing back the whole city and just bringing the people would probably be easier as well.
Can you gate?
Me personally? No.
Okay.
Other people probably can.
Nobody here.
Oh,
Wonderful. Wait, the spell gate?
yeah. What
Yeah.
level's that?
Like
It's
with,
ninth.
but
Oh.
surely with
We
this,
need a level 17 cleric
Is
to be able
this
to drop
not-
that.
if this cup is capable
Hmm.
of a mass teleport of this
Hmm.
scale, like not just to bring people, but to bring like a town, surely it's capable of doing something equivalent to gate as well.
It's possible.
Possible.
The cup hasn't been seen in hundreds of years. We're not sure what it
Sure.
does anymore.
We just whack it on the table.
Yeah.
Both nudging you.
They might have
I
heard
say,
that.
I say, oh, interesting, and then take a sip of my coffee.
Sort
What?
of their coffee? Oh, their old coffee?
Okay, it's not even. It's not.
It's
full,
an empty
just-
cup.
Honey?
It's. I like that. Yeah.
Sip of honey.
It's just like covered in honey and like maybe like the debris of. Do bees shed? Do they shed? I don't know.
I hope not.
A little bit of honeycomb down the side because you've stuck it in your bag of bees for so long.
Maybe wipe that before
wipe
putting
it
it on the
down.
notes.
And I just kind of.
They were looking at me like, right, okay, so
And
I
also.
we could slowly take people home, I suppose, then.
Because.
Because I think that's an artifact.
Mm-hmm.
So that should override domain control.
Yeah.
Particularly if we're going out, not in.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I don't know.
It's not charged at all. It is utterly useless at present.
Oh.
Yeah. We have the notes here
Mm.
on the ritual to do it. We need 30
He
magic
starts to
items.
reach for them.
Yeah, that's fine. Go
He
for it.
starts like flipping through them.
Yeah.
Speed read
And,
away.
like,
Hmm.
summarize all the shit that we need for the
Uh-huh.
ritual and the overcharged and stuff.
Okay, so you can see like so the one that you have that takes the book sort of goes quite quiet and like focuses on that, and you can see the other one sort of the other one that's awake. the one in the background has just crashed.
Is that the
Um,
same guy that was sleeping before?
It's not. No,
Oh.
the guy that is now like awake now and like peering over the other guy's shoulder is the one that was like crashed out before the last time.
But he's sleeping in
So the
shifts.
guy who's reading is your main nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah, technically, yeah. He's the one that you spent most of the time arguing with last time. But the second mage that starts peering over the first one's shoulder, it's like, oh, okay. Oh, and you can see them like taking. They automatically flick back to telepathy. You can see it seems to be just sort of second nature
Yeah,
for them
it's
to be
fine.
doing that. So they're obviously like communicating with each other, and then like partway through that, they sort of look at each other and go, "Arch devils, arch devils, arch devils." Fucking clerics are supposed to keep the hallow spell going, and they don't even do that. I mean, look at them. So it looks like they've used
Shit,
several
yeah.
focal points around the city, and that's how they define the area, and then a central ritual site.
Hmm.
and the cup's used in the, and that's how the. That's
So-
fucking genius.
If we could get
Can you
everybody
replicate this?
into like a smaller space, and surely it wouldn't need as much power because we would be
Yeah.
carrying less with us.
I mean, based on these anchors, they should have come with us. So we haven't lost much of the outer city. So
So
like,
you're
it's physically there. So the anchors should still be there. So if the anchors are still there, we just need to replicate the central ritual.
so you're saying
Oh, that's even easier then.
well
Good.
So we could take the whole city.
Yeah, well, but again,
Perfect.
I'd be right.
If we can get the cup to work.
Yes. Okay. So,
So
and then
I can see a lot of
I'll
notes.
flick
Flick that
onto
out to
that,
extra
and I'd be
page.
like, okay, so to charge it up, we need to either destroy magic items and imbue it with all of that magic, or people have to like very much relinquish their magical capacity to an extent and feed it in.
We're leaning towards the magical items.
Yes,
option.
we've. I've had intel that, and I kind of gesture to the heavens that there's
There are more available.
there are more available. It's just a matter of
Magic
tracking them down.
Yes.
Yes.
There might be a few personal. I wouldn't. I mean, the
If the options are
knights.
staying here forever or
Giving up
Getting
a
out
couple
of
magic
here.
items, I think people will be willing to give them up.
yes,
So I would.
Kai was willing to give up their fishing rod.
You have.
We want them to take us seriously.
fishing rod.
Yes, it transforms into a 10-foot pole.
That's the magic.
See what
That is a magic
See,
item.
No, follow this line of thinking. Now think of all of the useless magic items right now that you have for day-to-day benefits in life. Like, you know that
Right,
the
but we don't
shoes, the
have
laces tie just all by themselves so you
Those
don't have to...
any more.
Why not?
Where did they go?
Well,
What
a lot of
happened to
them were
them?
up at the academy, and the academy got raided.
Oh. Wait, who raided it?
The devil.
Right sentence.
Thank you so much.
What?
Did they raid it
Who?
for
Yeah,
the
you
people?
bet.
Did they raid it for the magic items?
We guessed a mixture. I mean, they're devils. They
Do you
go
think-
for powerful items and they go for souls. So, and there was a lot of really high
Do we
powerful
need to
magic.
go?
We need to go get them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Well,
Chauncey said that they were all here. She didn't say it would be easy.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So you said that. Right. So
Just name dropping a god.
I'm not sure they took that in actually.
That's fine. She's not that popular, so I feel like it's not like
Probably
a
not here. No.
yeah, it's not really a political thing to state. It's more just like she's like an auntie.
So I think they would like look at them and say, okay, cool. So you can get the cup to normal. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
we
we
can't
have
overcharge.
we have the maths down. We can at the moment. We're willing to sacrifice enough of our own personal stuff.
Okay.
Here's the list.
Yep.
Here's all our shit.
Actually, with this list, Kai still gets to keep the fishing rod, which is amazing.
I'm glad that this hasn't personally affected you.
No,
I have a lot more
Did
going
you
on
see
than my
the-
fishing rod.
Did you
mate.
see the other items on the list? We are making some sacrifices. Because this means a lot.
Okay, so we can get the cup to normal, which could start potentially getting people out, but
That's
not
true.
the city.
Yeah.
And you think that you
We could then try and raid the raiders, so to speak, and get some more to charge it up even further.
I have no idea.
If there's a cache of magic items somewhere in the city that we could use.
There was. If
I
the
have no
raiders
clue
have
where the
taken them,
devils have
it
taken
might have...
but it won't be in the city anymore.
That's fine. I could maybe, if we're here for another day, I could prepare a divination tomorrow and I could ask Chantia for more specifics.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have
Okay.
augury to do? No, I
So-
don't think so. Oh, we have the.
We have that spell scroll if we want to do an augury.
I
like right now.
I could ask just like Wheel might be like, hey, they're all together, good job, but Wool might be like, nah, sorry, they're in 15 different places. Best this yeah. Yeah, I don't have either prepared today, so I would have to use the scroll, or we'd have to wait till tomorrow.
Do you have ritual caster?
You have to
Yeah.
have the spell prepared to ritual cast it.
No.
What?
Certain classes don't require that.
I
I know
don't
clerics
I
don't.
think that's right. Because if
Well,
I go
sorry,
to
do you-
my actions...
Ritual caster the feet.
Oh no,
Right, okay.
no, I don't.
Okay. When you
That
have ritual
would-
caster the feet, you don't need to have prepared a ritual.
I should have invested in that. I forgot that was the thing that existed.
So, yeah, if you have ritual caster the feet, any ritual spell that you have access to as a class,
Oh my god.
you can just ritual cast it.
Well,
Wow.
if only this campaign were running for longer, I would definitely pick that up.
It's very handy. I've got it in one of my other campaigns.
Yeah.
Takes fucking ages to do anything, but
Hmm.
you get there in the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
thoughts. You've
Um,
got two semi-depressed but maybe slightly energetic now.
I'm happy to leave them with this book. They can pore over it.
Yeah.
What do you want us to do? What can we do to help? 'Cause
Okay.
we can't raid.
So the ritual at the moment to get it up to base level,
Mm.
we still need other components for. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, you
We
seem
have
to
the magic
need,
items, but we
ruby
need
dust.
these other
Could you
spell
source them for us? Is that
components.
feasible?
Is that within your skill set?
It's not that it's not within. We'd have to probably go into the vaults.
Mm-hmm.
Depends. I could probably get sign off from William if we promise that we start to use this for getting people out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we could start
That is
getting
the
injured
goal.
folk out.
Mhm.
But it's got a benefit. I can't just power you up a magic item and then say off you pop, because
No.
you could just bugger off.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
no, we've
fine.
already talked to William and stuff about this.
Oh, do you have a writ that
Oh my god.
gives you?
There is so much paperwork here. No, we just do things.
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
think we have a writ unless Adolin's been hiding it for us.
Yeah. Honestly, I think William was
Is
having
he
a nap.
here? If we look around, do
William's
we see
not in the
him?
room. No,
Okay.
neither is Garrett.
We theorized he was having a nap.
Mm.
I mean, I can deal with that if you want me to go and deal with the paperwork.
Okay,
That would
yeah,
be-
that'd be
well,
ideal.
You're off. I don't know.
Don't.
What's
Daddy?
your name?
Oh my god. I thought you were so ready to fight, but you were just asking to be nice.
What's your fucking name?
Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
Before I beat the shit out of you. You look at, Maurice.
Maurice!
Great name,
I
Maurice.
love him.
Thanks. Lovely to formally meet you.
We've met before, but sure.
This is formal now.
Yeah, you now know my name. So.
Yeah.
You knew our name before, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I know your
No,
name.
guys.
No, it's fine.
Guys.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Adolin's watched this conversation like, what did I miss the last time?
Maybe I'm wrong about the Owlin and you having the most sexual attention.
You see the guy that's like sat next to him and be like, hi, I'm Lythor.
Lythal.
Wait, pardon?
Lythor.
Lythor. I thought you said Michael.
Oh.
Hi, Lythor.
Hi.
Wait, Maurice Lythor.
Is it Lythor or Lythol?
Lythor.
Lythor.
Is Lythor not like
That is
a
a thing.
breath mint?
I think
No.
so.
It's mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your sleeping companion?
Wait,
Just while we're getting names.
I confused myself.
Lythor.
Lythor.
Lythor. Now you're bullying them.
I'm just wrong.
Nimin.
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 That's so cute. You guys are great.
Thanks. Okay. So we'll track down somebody that can sign off with
Yeah.
you dust.
The ruby dust.
Feel free to go
our
through these
friend-
notes as much as you want.
Our friend Ursho has a standing stone. Have you met Ursho or seen him around in the vicinity?
He's one of the light ravens.
Mm.
Yeah.
Silver Dragonborn.
Silver
You'll
Dragonborn
like
about this at all. Where's the
Bucket
long
massive.
path apparently?
Hot as hell.
I mean, most of the Dragonborn are that tall, so.
Yeah.
Ursha's about average for a Dragonborn. He
Just
just
a
happens to be.
beautiful,
I mean,
beautiful
if I remember
man.
correctly, you are feckin' small, aren't you? As
No.
Kai? I remember you being like.
Kai's like
Guys wearing
5,
platforms.
6, 7.
I thought you were like 5'2".
No.
So
5'7".
5'7". I'm so sorry. Okay, Ursha's only half a foot taller than you, rather than a full foot taller than you.
If you find Ursho, you can have him pass on a message just to say that you have,
To you?
Yes,
Yeah,
he has
I've got
a
a
sending
stone.
stone.
We have the other.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Obviously, make sure and keep it kind of a little bit vague because of the
arch
general
devils.
telepathic natures. Sorry for bursting your bubble with that one, but in our
It's better we
defense,
know.
actually, telepathically, I'll say it because we figured that out. I think Adolin
Yeah.
figured that out within like
Quite
an
quickly.
hour of being here. It's been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, but also he was outside at the time
True.
in the main city,
And
and
also
they
literally
believe they're all
had a
hallowed
chat
ground.
with Glacia.
That's fair. Yeah, you
Yeah.
did very, very
And whilst there are
willingly.
like whispers, like constantly on telepathic communication,
Yeah, we did think that was
they-
an ambient thing before.
yeah, they presumed that was
Okay.
like as it should be,
I'm
and
glad
not
I
able
didn't
to actually
dunk on
listen.
them.
Wait, so they're gonna find get a writ and get the ruby dust?
Yep.
Yeah, so they're going to try and get the material
Just
components.
all
for
the
you.
components. That would be great. If you find some other ridiculous magic items along the way, obviously the more you can find, the less that need to be taken from off of this list. And some of these are quite valuable. So, like, you know, I'm not expecting that of you.
Yeah, this
It's
this
just-
list includes a couple artifacts, which, you know, ideally we don't want to permanently destroy.
Yeah, we did promise to get them back to people, and we've had to make some hard choices. So,
Somebody has a picture of this list, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure we took a
Yeah,
picture
it's
of
in
it.
the
Yeah, I have
chat
a
somewhere.
photo and I think I sent it in the chat.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to find it, sorry.
Yeah. Huh.
but
I
but yeah,
don't actually remember there being any artifacts on that list.
I don't know.
the
We
armband
did them
of
all, I don't
Ilmater
remember
is
which
on
ones
there.
they
I'm
were.
pretty sure.
Is that
I
an
mean-
artifact?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like
it is a
lo-
religious
it's,
item.
It's
of
a
Ilmater.
minor one, but it's not a major one.
Artifact doesn't necessarily.
So not artifact as in the
Artifact.
rarity category artifact.
No, I think it's still counted. As
Yeah, I
that.
think
can't
it
remember.
is. I'll check.
Like rare, very rare legendary artifact.
Yeah.
So rarer
I
than
think it
legendary.
is listed as rare because I have it on my. Where the fuck
Maybe
is
I
it?
I have a feeling it's like an artifact because it's an artifact of a god, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like a rare item.
It's an
Right, okay.
artifact. It's a wondrous item,
Is it-
comma artifact.
Okay.
Okay.
There's like so there's like a functional term that is artifact, but there's also the sort of in-world how a person would describe. This is a relic of our god. This is an artifact of.
Oh, you're right, we didn't include
Ilmater.
them.
So
We
what
didn't
is
include it.
Is that so? Is the armband of Ilmater included on that or not?
No, I mean we didn't include the
3.
artifacts.
Is
What
this
was
list
that?
definitely in the chat?
I just sent it again. I'm
Oh,
not
thank
sure
you.
if I sent it before.
I've
I
definitely.
thought I did.
I've
I
definitely
sent it to
seen it.
someone.
Perfect. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
I've definitely seen it. So
From a quick skim, I'm not seeing the armband of Ilmater. but
Yeah, it's not there. That's actually kind of nice.
We might have made the list.
I think you
Beforehand,
took
or-
it as a quite conservative list, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly, where you didn't
one-
want to take anything that you as individuals needed to function as characters.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting rid of it. I genuinely don't. But although it has got some perks, I do just feel bad because it doesn't belong to us, really.
It doesn't technically.
Yeah.
Technically, you've
Whose
taken.
is it?
I've got it.
No, where did it come from?
Oh,
Anybody remember?
oh God!
Yeah,
it
we
was.
picked up in like session 2. When no.
No, it wasn't.
Bloody
it
Kraken
was,
hideout.
It was stolen from someone
Sewer fight.
before.
Sewer fight. It was on the barge. It was part of the latest treasure haul that was getting sent upriver.
That's not what the question was. It was whose was it, and I can't
The
remember.
question was where we found it.
No,
Was
the
it?
question was whose does it belong to?
Who does it
Yeah,
belong
because
to?
you just
Who
said
did-
we had to return it to someone.
Yeah,
you
it was one of the things that the Kraken stole before we even got put on the case. I think it was near Little Shark, but I don't think it was there.
Yeah.
It was definitely like
Are we meant to be returning that to like a temple or something?
yeah, like legit.
Yeah.
Did it come from the Temple of Saloon on Little Shark that we
No.
went to? It was definitely. Was it before that? So it's not somewhere we've been.
It wasn't somewhere we'd ever been. No, it was one of the things that Ursho had listed as like there have been some strange artifacts
Oh,
going
yeah.
missing. Actually, I should
Remember
be.
when that's all we had to worry about?
Remember,
Simpler
I
times.
write notes and I should just fucking read them because I have it written down somewhere.
Mm.
But if only my notes were easy to comprehend.
Okay, so we're asking.
Mistra, comma dust. That's what I got. So the armband is hers.
No,
It's not Mistress?
no, it's Ilmater's.
What do you mean that
That would
Mr.
explain-
comma dust doesn't? Oh wait, they've not connected the same. Sorry, I was just using the search function. I wasn't actually in the note, and it just gave me highlights, and those things were not actually
Mr.
connected.
Dust.
That was very
Okay.
strange.
Extra dust.
Yeah.
Mr. Dust.
Oh, look, there's where we met Io. When did this happen? When did we find it?
We found it in the sewer fight.
Oh, nowhere near close enough.
So
Yeah.
the sort of the last thing we did in Dust Down.
That was when we found out about the cult of EFL.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So we got the crown, the ring, and the armband after the Thingani. I don't have any
yeah.
notes. It just says Ilmater reaction, lower AC and boosts ally.
So that's when you found it. That's
Mhm.
not when you learned about it for the first time. But we don't have to go into that if we don't want to.
It's
Can you
fine.
just
It
tell
might get
us?
melted down, in which case it doesn't fucking matter.
So when you returned to Ursho after going to Cliffnook for the first time, you returned to him and he told you a little bit more about the overall investigation and some of the
Dust
other...
Helm University.
Are you just naming places?
Yeah.
Whoop.
Yeah.
That's what Comet Dust was. It was Dust Helm.
University in Dusthelm.
I knew I had it written down.
So
Ah, yes, Mr. Commodus.
I don't know what the Mister bit
I
is.
don't know
but
either.
There's a small chapel to Ilmater in the University of Dusthelm that had an armband stolen.
Cool.
See, my notes do work, just my search function doesn't.
Dust. I was like, can we remember what dust is connected to?
Does dust me? Does it me?
Dust helm.
Yeah, we knew where the armband was from before we found the armband. He told us right up front, and then later on we found
the
it, and he
armband,
was
yeah.
like, "That's the one from Dust Helm."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
I
so
bet
you
that
were
was
talking
a bit
about-
missing for you.
You were talking about 3 other items that had gone missing at that point in time. The armband is the only one that you've recovered.
Yeah, the
Okay.
plate, the staff, and what about the cup we found as well, obviously.
Yeah, but that was your
Um,
original mission.
The other stuff we found on the boat was the armband. There was a crown of. It looked like a crown of Oriel or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was cool.
Anyway,
And the ring of shooting stars, which
That crown is still kicking about.
This
They
ring
took
of
it
shooting
back.
stars.
that you put on Clifford. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They took it back, so like it's around.
it went to the Light Raven's headquarters.
Yeah. So wait, it's the headquarters though, and that's not in Pearlmire, so
It's in Palmar. It's just on the other side of the city,
Fuck me.
which is probably now in occupied
yeah, we
territory.
don't even have a bridge anymore.
It's fine. We
Oh,
could,
sorry, it's not in that part.
Oh,
of the
not
city.
that
we
part.
could get it if
It's
we
in the
really
main.
wanted
It's
to.
yeah, it's on the same side of the river as you, but it's probably in occupied territory at this
Okay.
point.
I can't believe they thought they could keep it safer than we could.
Really?
Yeah. They've abandoned it. It's not there anymore. If we had it, we'd still have it. I'm just saying.
Technically,
So,
I'm not sure they
anyway.
thought you'd survive.
Okay.
So
At
the
that point
mages,
in time, I believe you were
So the
counted as
mages
rat
are
catchers.
getting the
Yeah.
material components
Yeah.
for the,
Yeah,
they're working up this side of the problem.
yeah.
and we're gonna
They
get the
didn't
other.
do your admin for you.
Yay.
Lovely. Make ritual work. Make work.
Okay.
Make it go.
Make go.
Do
Thank
admin.
you.
Okay.
Yes. We be keeping cup though.
They would nod at that and say,
Mhm.
"Okay." The Knights of Ash may want to take charge of that once we do the first ritual, though,
Yeah.
because
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
they'll want it to get people out of Pelmire.
As you can probably understand from your dealings with myself and Kai in our first conversation,
Yeah.
and you know, you were understandably hostile because we implied that
What?
one
You
of
were going to
your
murder one of High Command. Aye.
because she was
You
a
told them
traitor.
Maurice here is my
Um,
personal nemesis.
And now, if you
Am I?
Maurice is lovely.
we
if
had
you
one
would-
bad conversation and that was it.
Maurice, please, now is not the time. If you would please look at the front cover of the book and see what it says. This book belongs to.
You've ripped the front cover off.
That was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, and honestly, considering some of the people that we interact with, the fact that you're my nemesis is a very high compliment.
Yes.
Does that mean you're going to kill me?
No.
No,
You keep
then I
a
wouldn't have a
nemesis
nemesis
around.
anymore.
You want it?
Think this through. Come on, man.
See, this is the kind of stuff that's getting you nemesizing. Anyways, my point is we were right to be suspicious of Arva. And understandably, you were hostile for us to be putting that in front of you. Listen, man, he has the book. He has the book. He knows.
Why did you tell him this before Arva was dead?
Well, yeah, okay.
I want
Is Arva dead?
cards
I
all on the
was
table. No,
equally
of
as-
course not.
Anyways, my point being, I see Maurice. Look at me. I understand that, yes, absolutely, other people are going to want to take command and help people kind of facilitate transport through. However, not everybody is on the up and up, which means that, like,
What does that mean?
They're not trustworthy.
some other people are like Arva here.
But Arva was a pillar of the community.
And a traitor.
And look where that community has ended up. That pillar crumbled real quick.
Maurice, I'm very sorry. She was behind the ritual to bring the city here in the first
She's
place.
the one that orchestrated this
That's
entire
why
thing.
these are her notes.
These are her notes.
She did this.
Front cover, check the handwriting.
I know we just dumped so much bad news on you.
Like, you can see their faces just be like, this is a bit of evidence. And you can see them be like, but no, it's Arva. Like, they've lived in Pearlmire for longer than you have at this point in time, and know that Arva, and you would have known that Arva was like a pillar of the community.
She's the Pope.
Kind of,
She's the Pope.
She's the Pope.
She's the Pope of Palma. Kind of, yeah. It's got a nice alliteration to it.
Yeah.
Pope of Pearlmire.
So you can see, like, they can see this, like, bit of evidence you've put in front of them, but you can also see them ticking over and being like, no, that goes against everything else.
You don't need to believe it.
Yes.
You don't need to be happy about it. Just it's a thing of us saying, yes, of course, absolutely, we understand that other people are going to have control of the cup to facilitate transportation, but we have our own reservations, so we're not committing to that 100% right now until we know who is going to be in charge of this.
Yes, we have a whole list of traitors that we don't trust.
One of them is Kai's ex.
I don't have an ex. I don't have an ex.
It's true. I'm being a
Yet.
dick.
Oh, okay.
We're fairly sure the High Observer can be trusted. So if you need somebody with higher authority...
William's cool. Ursula's cool. Garen's cool.
Garo and Ursula aren't in their chain of command.
They're still cool.
They're kind of
We're
good.
just saying
Still cool.
Yeah.
cool for people.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. You see them just sort of slowly
But
close the
also,
book
yeah,
and
like
tuck it
you
into
said,
the
the
robes.
book is evidence.
Yeah.
Don't lose it.
Keep it safe.
Right.
On top of needing it to perform the ritual, it's
Yeah.
also evidence.
Okay, thank you.
You're doing great.
Can I find
Thanks.
nemesis-ing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want more coffee?
No.
Okay.
See, last time, did they talk to you just like the way they're talking to you right now?
Actually, I think I was better, but Kai was worse, and now.
Yeah, we
Oh,
kind of
Yeah.
swapped a bit.
Ah, okay, this explains
Yeah.
a lot. Sorry.
Excuse me, Mr. Nat One.
I mean, he did not almost get everybody stabbed.
When the chips are down, do not get Adolin to do the talking. In regular conversation, he's fine.
When you need to roll, no. Okay, cool. What are we doing now then? We've just utterly freaked out a couple of maidens.
Anybody else we need to traumatize? Miriam?
Two-thirds
no,
of a god?
We were going to go find
Io,
Io.
then Miriam. Do we want to do that before we try and get the thingamies? Yeah.
Thingamies?
Think of these.
Oh, the
Thingamies.
artifacts.
Raid the raiders. Get
Yeah.
the
Oh.
I mean,
artifacts.
if we
Yeah.
happen to find some along the way, then
Yes,
why not?
but we're not
Yeah.
actively planning a raid
Yes,
right now.
So maybe we'll drop a note to Ursula and just let
That needs
him know.
a punchline payoff. Third time's the charm. That needs a comeback at some
What
point.
were the first two?
The pirate pub, which was the first Nat 1 intimidation. This is a raid.
Oh yeah.
The warehouse
Yeah,
fight.
I remember
This
the
is a
warehouse.
raid. There needs to be a
We
third.
need
Comedy
to drill
comes
and
threes.
Yeah, if we drop Ursula a line and just be like, hey, we've given Arva's notes to the
Again,
to the wizard.
try and be like,
Just brilliant. Greg wins off his door and screaming.
just
Sorry.
got people working on it. We're off
Yeah.
to find our old friends, and if we can pick up some.
Is that what we're sending to our show? Sorry.
Yeah, just I'm trying to be
Can you be
subtle
less-
about it.
Is Ursula not still here
I mean,
in
honestly,
the
he's-
temple?
He was in the main temple, yeah. So he's
We're in
at
the same
most like
building
a
as
room
him.
away from
Yeah,
you.
because
We
I
could
just
just
talked
go
to him.
tell
That makes more
him.
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Instead
So then-
of
so is the-
cryptic messages.
So then, is the plan to go out into the city to find Io?
Good, Barry.
Always. Yeah, are we going out to look for her ourselves then?
I mean, yeah, why not?
Because Miriam is here on the temple grounds. Like,
Yes, but as we just pointed out,
She might try and kill us again.
it's risky, but
We,
we talked it
on
down the first
better
time.
terms last time, yeah.
And if we say that if we just open with explicitly, we're here to help Io.
Yes. She's here, she's near, she is...
She's here, she's near.
She's full of fear.
Oh, I thought you were going to go for queer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Missed opportunity, I'm so sorry.
I mean, I think that's the direction Adolin might be pulling, but he's also scrambling for some sort of higher power to tell him what to do.
It's like, I don't want to be in charge.
I just stand up on my tippy toes and I say,
Are you looking
Yeah,
for
how
a show?
tall is Adolin?
no, I'm
No,
just
she's
being
being
a
a
higher
higher
power.
How tall is Adolin?
I don't know about my height.
So tippy toes.
How tall is Polly?
My height.
Oh,
You didn't make a self-insert?
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, you're the only one that's got like different height-based fantasies.
Fantasy is just to be tall. We're very comfortable with our height.
All of Alex's self-inserts are 5'5".
Oh, really?
I don't like being as tall as I am.
Oh, that's
I'd
cute.
rather be a bit shorter. Yeah.
They're not necessarily 5'5".
When I was
They're
younger,
usually
I wanted to be
5'7", so I
5'10",
could wear
that's
2-inch
cool.
heels and be 5'9".
That's a very specific height.
I like 5'9".
But are currently 5'10".
Yes.
So
You were like 5'10". When I was little, I wanted to be 5'10".
I don't like it.
It's such a weird
Why?
thing to be like, I'm a child and I have an aspiration of a height.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
one
hard one to beat
The one
as
thing
well.
you can't control.
Anyway, what are we doing?
how should we go about finding Io then?
You already have an idea because you had like a little vision quest thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we could go out to the spot where I thought I saw Io's spirit roaming around.
Wait,
but
are we looking for her spirit or her physical body?
Her spirit
Start
is
with
looking
that.
for
You
her,
tell me.
Her spirit is looking for her physical body, so we look for the physical body. They are
Oh.
going to meet up if they haven't already.
That's a good shout.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just thought that was obvious.
Apparently not within the party.
We're
Yeah.
playing
No, that's a
Star
really
Beats.
good angle.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Stop playing
So-
3D chess and start playing 2D chess.
This is
okay,
just
so
Tig.
Let's win this game of chess.
It kind of is actually, yeah.
We've gone down from checkers to tig. Tag, you're it.
okay.
Right. I took like a favoured foe thing to like, and I identified the cult of Io as a named faction
Mm.
that I could track. I'm just gonna see if I can tweak that to change it to Io the person. Because is Io in the cult of Io? She wasn't really, was she? But
You can try.
you can certainly try.
You can certainly
I
try.
have locate
I will tell you
creature.
that if she doesn't count as part of the cult, then you will spend whatever resource it takes to do that and
Is
not
she a
get a
creature?
result.
Yeah.
Okay. That could work.
Mm.
Oh,
Depends
it's
which bit.
1,000 feet is the issue, which isn't very big.
No.
How big the city is.
I think
Some.
we figured it out before.
I think 1,000 feet radius covers most of the city, if I remember correctly.
Really?
It's quite a compact city.
Oh, I can't.
That's the entire
that's
country.
The whole
That's
map.
not helpful.
It's not helpful to us.
You said she's not a light raven knight of thingy.
She's just a
Words.
paladin of Torm.
That was a lot of different words.
Yeah.
She's just a paladin of Torm.
She's a paladin of Torm. She's not a member of the
She's not a Knight of Ash.
Knight of Ash.
Yeah. Can we ask,
But
like in the main command center, if there's been any reports of an unaffiliated Knight of Torm in the city matching this description that anybody's come across on patrol?
Ooh, okay.
Or that any refugees
yeah,
have come in saying, we were rescued by this, presumably a Knight of Ash, but she didn't wear any heraldry or
So
symbols.
you could do that from two prongs, I guess. You can either actually go around and start asking the refugees in terms of like
Have you been saved by a mysterious woman who
Yeah.
talked in a funny way and tried not to lie?
yeah, okay, you can do that. Or you can try and see if anybody has noted, like in the sort of command structure, whether or not a knight has reported to duty that isn't a Knight of Ash that fits Io's description. And
Okay,
maybe
I
signed
mean,
in
we
as
could
that
do
description.
we could do
Why not
both.
both? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we do both? Can we
Yeah.
do both?
Okay.
Do you
Cool.
want to talk to
Both.
the
Both.
command structure people since you're part of the structure
Both is good.
Part of the structure.
instead of
Okay.
just a random
Gently
guy?
remind you, the last time you did this, you got a job.
Okay, so maybe
point.
Adolin doesn't. Maybe we swap. Maybe we do that, and Adolin talks to the civilians because the
In the
civilians are.
nicest way possible, I think someone should go with Adolin
Okay,
for a talking job.
I could go with Adolin. I could go with Adolin.
And you don't talk to anybody with
Adolin
authority
gives
because you
me
might tell them
the
something.
help action. And then I get advantage, so that means I'm still not as good as you, but good enough.
Okay.
And then
And you're talking to the refugees.
Which way round?
if I think that if
You talk to the refugees and we talk to the...
no, because you're
But
going
then
to
you
get
might
a
get
job.
a job.
Well,
If you talk
look,
to
no,
the
I'm not going
refugees-
to... I have like a writ saying I'm
Oh, you
working
do
for
have a
Garen
writ.
right now. And
There you
Garen...
go.
And
This
Garen...
is part of your job.
I remember
You're
this.
already on your job.
I'm on a job.
Okay,
And it's
yes.
not for them.
So in that case, yes, you talk to the.
You have a
talk to
temporary
the
supervisory
civilians.
manager, so you can't get
Temporary.
You've been seconded.
I have been seconded, yes. I quite like this new role. It's fun. He lets me do weird... Like,
You do what you want, and he's like, sure.
it involves travel. Interplanar
Fine,
travel.
I guess.
Yes.
This
You
is
get
just-
sent on great business
Your
trips.
job is to
Travel
ruin his
to
day.
distant and interesting places and kill people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we going to do... Are we going to talk to the
higher
knights?
ups and I find random refugees.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're currently in the command
Do you
center,
want some
so
good
you would
berries?
keep...
I meant to give to the civilians. They
Oh.
must be hungry.
Kai's
Sure.
just like, nah.
Because this is great, because you can use your charisma to talk to the people and do the stuff, whereas I can hopefully rely on like investigation or something to just keep it by the books and not rely on charisma.
Okay, so you can see that there is a sergeant that is in charge of sort of like handing out patrol routes and things like that to one side, and that would be a familiar structure to yourself. That's very similar but more organised to what you initially like got flooded into, because the initial like bit was very chaotic and just get people out and working. So
The
this-
sergeant's not my old sergeant, is it?
it's not the sergeant that bollocked you for sleeping on the job. No.
Good.
There are
I'd-
multiple drill
I'd
sergeants.
be staying out of his way.
You haven't seen him since.
Oh, well, now I feel
I
bad.
hope he's not
Oh.
dead.
I just didn't like the guy. I don't want him dead.
Don't want to tell you. I haven't seen him.
Anyway.
But we're not asking about
And then
that.
like the civilians are sort of they're in the other one of the other prongs of the main
Yeah.
temple. So
Are they? Is that the same place where our show would be? And I can just go and chat with him as well.
that's certainly where the Light Ravens have sort of set up a camp. Whether Ursho is actually physically there or not is a slightly different matter. But yeah,
Fair enough.
who has the sending stone for Ursho?
Me, I think.
I think you have it.
Yes.
Okay.
We've done this before.
Okay, so you're heading off into the sort of sleeping quarters bit to talk to random people,
Yeah. Mhm.
and you are going over to the drill sergeant.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I think we will stick with Kai for the first wee bit, because I suspect that your bit might get split into two, as you talk to many, many people.
Okay.
So you can see that, like, this sort of, like, this prong of the temple, it's like half hospital, half sort of sleeping arrangements at this point in time. You can see there are some clerics wandering around, like healing people and doing their best to make people comfortable and things like that. And there's the occasional like lines of soup that are getting trilled up and down as well to make sure that everybody's still technically
Did we
eating.
check the kitchens for her?
Hmm?
Is she making the soup?
That
Oh my
would be
god,
really
is she
funny.
is she a shit? No, there aren't any knights in the kitchen. They're all civilians
She's
at this
not a
point, right?
knight.
She's not one of
As
these
we
knights.
keep
She's
establishing.
a knight.
She's
She's not a
a
knight of
knight.
Ash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was she in the kitchen?
She was not in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
That would
Good
have
call,
been very
though.
easy.
Good
That would
call.
have been a funny twist.
She's been there the whole time.
Just like soup.
She gave us the coffee.
Oh my god.
And she was like, oh, they didn't recognise me. Well, that's a bummer.
I'm sorry, this game runs in the theatre of the mind. We didn't remember what you looked like.
As the three of us are talking in front of her about her, like, I wonder where she could be.
She's just like, ah. I guess it has been a long time since you've met her. It's been several weeks.
What does she look like?
Uh,
Because I would be going around describing her to folks, I think.
yeah, so you can remember that she is usually like the time. So you've seen her once, and Adolin has seen her twice.
Mhm.
Both times she looked very similar.
I've seen her twice. Saw her in the
Running
soup
away.
kitchen and I saw her running away from murder.
So I believe it was Adolin that saw that, wasn't it? Because you two were getting arrested. At the
No,
time,
one
weren't
of us noticed it.
No, I
and
saw her and told
Adolin.
Adolin
Yeah.
and then Adolin chased after
Right,
her.
my apologies.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, just collectively, you've seen her.
We've
twice.
seen her twice, yes.
Okay, so both at that time and the time in Dust Helm, she wears like plate armor, quite like shining plate armor that is stamped with a symbol of Torm on the front. She's got like a purplish blue cloak, which is quite standard for the people that worship Torm. Again, that's one of his major colours. She's got blonde hair. Pale
I was
skin.
imagining her blonde and pale.
Yeah.
Good.
I was not. Yeah.
I imagine a pixie cut.
I think
Like
it's
short
long.
hair. Okay.
I don't think it's long, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, the times that you've seen her, she's been heavily armoured. Although like she's had a mace, but it's been like attached to her belt and stuff like that because she's not in combat, and a shield slung across her back. A fairly bog standard kite shield.
Cool.
Cool.
So I think you would know that her ears are rounded, which would probably indicate human.
Human. What?
Human.
Human.
Word's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Human. Okay, so
Man.
you've got a choice of sort of going around either the injured folk, the clerics, the people that are bringing soup, or the general civilians. Or like you can see quite obviously where the light ravens are set up at the back as well. What we feeling?
I think probably the injured folk or the civilians would be most useful. The injured folk have probably been outside more recently than the civilians, so I think start with them.
Start with them. Okay, so there are a significant portion of them that are either asleep or in some kind
the
of
ones that are
asleep state.
awake, sentient compass mentis.
Yeah, so you can see there's definitely like several of them that are either like sat up at the back, like leaning against the wall, either with like a bowl of soup or something like that, or like resting with like bandages and things like that. I think they would be your safest bet because they seem quite like together mentally. A lot of the ones that are lying down are either out of it or like gently like groaning because they're in pain and stuff like that. So
Leave you be.
yeah, it's like, hey, have you seen this person? Ah!
Why did you shake me? I have a broken arm.
Exactly. Okay, so like heading to the back, you can see there's like an individual with like a bandaged head that you can see in that's just in like a glossy white shirt with like a vague blanket thrown over his legs, just like up against one of the walls with a bowl of soup, just slowly eating.
Alright. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm looking for someone. And
Okay.
then she is a paladin of Torm but not a knight of Ash. We think she was outside in the fighting, and then describe her. Does she sound like somebody you've seen or heard about, or there's a very good chance she'll be just out rescuing a lot of people with minimal regard for herself.
Oh. I mean, there's been a couple of rogue knights that have been going out saving people.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds cool as hell.
That could be us.
I haven't met any of them personally, but
Have you heard? So, if you've heard stories about them, who have you heard them like direct from a specific person, or
oh no, just sort
just
of
rumors?
yeah. I honestly think you might be better off asking some of the civilian groups that come in. Like I've heard tale that they're going after groups that we've been ordered not to, the rogue knights, because they're too deep in occupied territory that we're getting told we can't do that. But I know that some of the Knights of Ash don't feel good about. Although you said she wasn't a knight.
No.
Oh,
She is a paladin of Torm, but not a knight of Ash.
I mean, I'm not sure there's much of a distinction.
Yeah.
Maybe. I know there have been a
Yeah.
few people that have disobeyed orders and gone off into occupied zones to save civilians. All of them have come back.
Don't worry.
I hope that helps.
Thanks. If you happen to hear of anyone, could you mention it to the Light Ravens? Those folks.
Blonde paladin of Torm,
Yep.
blue cloak.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that describes a lot of people around here. Okay.
Okay, well, thank you. Would you like a good berry?
Yeah.
Have a good berry.
Thank you.
Carry on.
And you'd see like he would immediately like
What is in your berries?
A full hearty meal.
yeah, that's like a day's worth of food you've just given him from where he was eating slim soup.
Fair enough.
So like he's been eating what is essentially the kind of the dregs of the barrel of their food stores, which is getting a bit stretched out
Should
now.
we just chuck a handful of good berries in the soup? Would that do anything?
I think there's a weird thing about having more than one, but like if they're getting divvied up between everybody. Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Not a right now thing. Cool.
I guess it would end up like those. Do you know when you get dumpling soup and it's little dumplings? If you get more than one in the soup bowl, it's a bit surplus kind of thing. So
Little surprise.
yeah, but if you get one per soup, it will probably fill everybody up.
You just wouldn't need the fucking soup. You just need the berry.
Can you break down a good berry? So
Yeah,
it
that's
goes
more what
farther?
I was meaning.
No.
Like if you're having like a quarter of a berry.
No, it doesn't work like that.
If you blend 50 good berries and pour that into the soup.
Yeah. Will it infuse?
It heals you slightly as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like 1
One hit
HP.
point.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Everybody gets a quarter of a hit point.
No,
It feels full for 3 hours.
we'll be round down, unfortunately. So no.
Boo.
Okay.
Okay. Do any of the civilians look like they've arrived more recently? I don't know how you tell. They're less settled.
There are some that have like significantly less belongings and look more hurt, which I think is a fairly good indicator
Yes.
that they've been out there for longer. Whereas like the Light Ravens were one of the first groups here, and you can see they kind of have a camp set up in the corner. They don't have a campfire or anything, but they have this like weird little like sleeping cuddle arrangement kind of thing that is like they've got sleeping bags because they were some of the first people that got here kind of thing. Like they're pretty well stocked. Whereas like the
Waiting
people
for
that
us.
come in after that tend to be given what is left.
Okay.
So yeah, heading up to one of those groups, you can see there's like a family. You can see like 2 women huddled with a boy and a girl. They're quite young, just with blankets wrapped around each other. They look quite hurt and like scraped and bruised and stuff like that. Nothing that would be like get them in the medical
Yes.
bit, because that's for people that are dying at this point. So they're just kind of sat there with bowls of soup and a vague tattered blanket.
Hi.
Hello?
Doing all this again. I'm Kai. I'm looking for a paladin of Torm.
And then,
I'm
like,
looking for a specific one,
okay.
not just any paladin. So, and then to describe her again, she's yay high, long blonde hair, pale, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
She is a rogue knight. Have you seen her or heard of her or?
Oh, and you can see like one of the women turns to the other one and goes, "Oh, love, is that not didn't the baker say he was saved by somebody like that? Yeah, you
Of
should."
course the baker
baker.
was. She was like, not the bread!
Not the bread. We need the bread. But yeah, she essentially tells you that, and she's heard a story from another refugee that was saved by a rogue knight. That might be the
That
same
is
person?
very helpful. Could you point out the baker? Are they in here?
And she'd stand up from her position on the floor and like put her child down essentially and stand up. Oh, he's over there, and you can see there's a guy slumped against the wall, like asleep, but against the wall,
Okay.
not in the injured section. But he seems a bit like bruised again, but like not massively injured. Yeah, I think that's him. There.
Lovely. How many good berries would you have given me?
I
How many do you
actually
have?
don't know. It's not on my sheet, and I can't remember how many I prepared because I don't have the spell today, so it was yesterday's leftovers.
Can we say there are enough to give to NPCs?
I think it would depend on whether or not you're going to start relying on these.
No, I don't have them on my sheet, so I'm not going to keep I'm not using them for us.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
this
I
is
would
just
say
to
so
be
long as
nice
you
to
don't
people.
use them for yourself, I'm
Yeah.
happy just to hand wave it for NPCs at the
Cool.
moment.
Yeah.
And if you have spell slots left at the end of today, you can try and restock for tomorrow.
I can't because I haven't prepared the spell today, so tomorrow is a
These are
non-starter.
leftovers from yesterday.
Tomorrow I can prepare the spell, and we can do this more for people going forward.
Okay,
Civilians.
cool. So yeah, I'm happy mechanically if these are just kept to NPCs.
Yes.
And sorry, non-combative NPCs
Yeah.
is what I
Yes.
should specify.
Of course.
Yeah, so yeah,
This is having no mechanical benefit, it's just being nice.
just being nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very helpful, thank you. Would you like some berries?
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank
Just-
you.
You take
little
one each. If you take more than one, you might be ill.
I'm sorry, what's in these berries? Can I give these to my kids?
It's a good berry. It's a healing berry. It's just if you have too much healing, it's bad for you. Like
You
if you
get
have too much
indigestion.
water, it makes you sick. Like, but water in general is good for you.
Can you make me a persuasion check, please?
Sure.
Wow, this
I
is
really
the
could have
thing
phrased
you
that
love.
so much better.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of made her feel like you're poisoning her kids, so...
Listen,
23.
Very average roll. Yeah, I think 23.
Okay. The average roll is 23.
Well, I rolled 8. So 23.
23. Okay. She would look at it. Okay, so just one.
Just one berry.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah, I phrased that in a very disconcerting way.
A little. Yeah. Thanks. They're not gonna hurt my kids.
They're fine. Just one berry.
Okay.
Just one berry.
And she'd pass one to each of the kids and to her wife, and then eat one herself. And thank you. And you can see like the kids immediately like brighten up. You can see they go from like they've got like scratches and stuff on their faces and on their hands and things like that. You can see those immediately heal over. Children only have like 1 HP or something like that. Kids are not robust in D&D. I think the average commoner has 4, so...
It heals them 1 HP, so they were on 0. And
They
now
were
they're
doing well. But you can see all of these cuts and like any little bruises they've got on their hands or arms or anything that's like immediately heal over on the kids. And you see both parents look like significantly better as well.
Good.
Oh, thank you. You're not very covertly handing out these berries, are you?
I don't know.
You're about to get swarmed.
I don't want to get swarmed.
Okay, so are we heading over?
I don't think, how obvious is it if you give somebody a berry and then a scratch heals? Like,
I think it's
how
quite
much
obvious
are
when the
people paying
kids start
attention
getting
to
quite
us?
energetic. I think that starts to make a little
okay,
bit
I
of a
leave
scene.
quickly.
Okay, leave quite quickly. Okay, you can see the
I
kids
was
get
never
quite
here.
excited.
Tell nobody. Tell nobody about berries.
You're Batman.
A bit then. So we're heading over to the baker.
Yeah, I'll be like, there's a limited amount of berries. Don't tell people I'm giving them to you. There's not enough for everyone.
Oh, should you not be keeping them? For
They
those
only
that-
last a day.
What about? And she kind of points at the injured section.
Very good point.
Ah!
I
I'm
really
working on it.
appreciate it. 'Cause the kids were a bit hurt, but thank you.
Yeah, I'll leave. I'll
Okay.
just leave. I'll leave.
They're like,
we're heading over
thank
to-
you, and you're just like, yep.
So we're heading over to the baker.
Yeah, like, you made a very good point that I haven't thought of, but I have other things to do just now.
You're like, no. So the baker is currently like asleep, propped up
Okay.
against the wall.
I don't want to wake him up.
Kick him.
No!
Kick him in the head.
Okay,
Poke him with the 10-foot
I'm going to
pole.
let you sit and ponder that for a minute, and we're going to jump to
Yeah.
you two.
I mean,
Ten
what's the
fold.
point? It looks like we can just follow this lead. You nailed it. Good job.
Let's follow you two.
You don't know that.
Okay.
Man, I
Well, I
really
presume
hope
you've got
that-
telepathic bond up, so you are
That's
passing
true. Oh,
information backwards and
Yeah.
forwards.
Hey,
'Cause
I
you
have
just
a
permanently
potential
have that on.
baker.
You're a potential baker.
Of course you would say.
You like hear that and be like, we don't need bread. There's no flour, Kai.
No, it makes total sense. We know that she's obsessed with bread, so this is just like
Bread for the soup.
soup. We need literal
For
breadcrumbs.
the soup kitchens.
Okay, so we're heading over to the drill sergeant that's currently handing out assignments.
Yes.
See-
Our squad's reporting back into this sergeant as well when they're
Yeah, so there is like you can see quite clearly in front of you. There's like an obvious squad leader that is just like handing off a report to him at this point in time, and his squad is like stood just behind him, looking quite fatigued. You can try and push in front of them if you want, or just like give them a minute.
Give them a minute. Try and eavesdrop on what's saying.
Yeah.
Or not even like eavesdrop, just listen.
Just listening. Yeah, they're not like. They are just talking. You're in the command centre. You have made it past the guards. You're not average civilians. So they do just openly talk. So you can see that this individual has been on one of the outer patrols. So they've obviously passed through quite a lot of danger areas and like essentially doing the outer rim of the control that they have in the city. They have lost a lot of ground in the city, and it is inching closer and closer. He would say that the route that they were given isn't viable anymore, and that he lost half his squad trying to run round it. And his recommendation is that they drop that route and bring it in another circle, simply because they can't hold it. He would like briefly be pointing out on the maps of like little pockets that he knows of devils, and he'd say that he can start seeing that there's a lot of more demon activity further out in the city as well, which they were not hoping for.
Well, sounds like shit.
The Knights of Ash are working very hard to keep this area safe, and they're doing well at keeping the temple safe and keeping everybody here, but they are losing ground and losing people fast.
Right. I think just listen in, let him say his piece, and then once that squad leader files off, step up towards the duty sergeant.
Into hi. Can I help you?
We're on a special assignment from. It's Lightbringer, Garen, isn't it?
Yeah,
What's
Garen
it?
Lightbringer.
Garen Lightbringer.
Rit. Thank you.
Have there been any themes and reports coming in about rogue knights out in the city?
There's always some idiots that go off by themselves.
Any descriptions of them?
We're looking for one in particular.
Okay, I've got a list of names of folk that are either in the process of getting disciplined or
she's
have
not
not reported back.
She's not a Knight of Ash, so it wouldn't be a name that you would have, I'm afraid. She is just a knight who has gone rogue.
I mean, at this point, if she's signed up to be part of the patrols, she'll just be on our patrols list at this point in time.
Okay.
We're not really designating between Knights of Ash and just generic knights that are in the city.
Cool, well then her name's Io.
Io, okay. Last name?
Don't know.
Io Feel?
That was a guess.
You don't know her last name?
We don't know her last name.
So just Io.
We've got that to go
Is
on.
it that common a name, to be fair?
Don't judge people by their names. Everybody's different.
First
You're
of all,
not here.
I'm not here. Second of all, I wasn't.
Also, it's fantasy, and I have no idea what a common name in the fantasy setting is, to be honest with you.
Knight.
But it's your setting.
Yeah.
You created it.
I know, and I still don't know what the common names are, because I have a William, but I also have Ursho.
Cool.
I don't know how to differentiate between those.
Does William know about Ursula?
What do you mean?
Yeah, they've met.
No, it was above. Never mind. I'll move on.
Okay.
It wasn't funny. It
Okay,
didn't.
I don't know what that means.
Explain your joke.
Okay, so you can see, he essentially goes into a book that you would kind of know it's a discipline book. Like, he's been writing people up for misdemeanors. You can see, though, that as he does this, he explains to you, we don't really have the time to discipline people, so we tend to just give them bad shifts if they've been doing bullshit. So, most of them are still working if they have actually come back.
That seems impractical.
We haven't got enough nights to do this.
Yeah, in my head, I'm just thinking, well, then you've got people who are tired. Their punishment is to be worse at their job.
It's not that they're getting overworked. They're just getting bad shifts. They're getting
So night shifting.
they get.
There's no night, but yeah.
No, it's more like they're not getting allowed to go out. They're doing inner patrols and stuff like that, which they don't want to do.
I understand.
So they're getting shifts that are not what they want to do.
I see.
Essentially. You can see he goes through the book and he rattles off a series of names before he just goes into it and starts flicking through it himself, looking for the rogue knights that have done anything
Or 12 hours.
on patrols. It's nobody by that name.
Okay.
Okay. Any probably just rumours at this point then of unaffiliated Knight of Torm, tall, blonde, human, pale, might have a penchant for saving civilians and.
I mean, I've got a few rogue folk that are off doing that.
We heard
Not
about
all.
a baker that got brought in recently. That she might have had a hand with.
I haven't got a clue about Baker. Don't deal with civilians, sorry.
Okay.
I mean, if she hasn't reported in and she's not doing official patrols, I won't have a log of her.
Okay.
And it'll be down to an individual finding her. Sorry.
That's fine.
I can check my full record and see if she hasn't gone rogue, but at that point it's going to take me a long time.
She probably isn't even in
Yeah.
the records at all.
I don't imagine it would be her
Yeah.
on her list of priorities too.
Have you had any weird stories come back in from patrols?
We're in hell. I haven't had a normal story in a long time, mate.
Anything that stood out?
I had a dog vomit lava onto somebody.
What? That's so cool.
I mean, it killed him.
The dog or the somebody?
To somebody.
Okay.
I think he's talking about the sorts of hellhounds that we fought at the bridge that
Oh,
time.
I see. I understand. I thought it was just like a mishap.
a
I mean, it wasn't great.
I would say, yeah, that
I'm
is
so-
definitely a mishap.
That's
You
unu-
have my
that's unusual.
condolences. I thought it was like, I don't know, like when we did the little cake creature and then the tiny little
Oh, yeah.
kind of thing
Yeah.
showed up.
That
We were
was
like,
cool.
that wasn't what we expected to happen. I thought it was like a breathe fire thing, and then it was like, what do you mean it's lava?
Dog vomits lava.
Yeah.
Everybody goes, whoa!
Somebody's like brings their pet dog in and it's like, oh my god, my pet dog started vomiting lava.
Exactly, that's what I thought. Now I'm realizing that wasn't.
No, it's highly likely this was some kind of like devil pet that
Yes.
has like killed somebody.
You have my sincerest condolences.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Thanks. But you're still laughing.
A little bit.
Above the table. It's funny.
Adolin's like,
Okay. Thank
what
you
kind
for
of stories are we looking for?
just general badassery.
I got a lot of that coming in as well.
Okay, that's
Well,
great.
that's great.
Happy to hear it. Hopefully we'll be able to lend a few of our own. If you can help us out though, perhaps we're better asking elsewhere. They'll appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what other signs of like IO's activity in the city might be like civilians being rescued in desperate circumstances, fighting off hordes of devils all at once.
Any magic? Any like large kind of like utilization of like something a bit more powerful against the devils that you were less anticipating?
I mean, every powerful caster's
she-
been accounted for as far as
Yeah,
I'm aware.
would she even be extra powerful if she's just the physical bit and has
Maybe
been
no, she
disconnected
It's been
from...
a couple of hours for us, and some of those hours were in the Feywild where time was passing faster.
Oh yeah,
so
we've been
like,
gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And so she's and you let her kind of released her to reunite whilst we were still in the Feywild. So it's been like a day for us since that happened. But for her to be on this level, she could have been reunited for at least a couple of hours, maybe.
Last ditch attempts using some maybe slightly not quite meta knowledge exactly, but have any knights who are paladins reported in any weird readings using like divine sense or detect good and evil? Like, have any of them detected anything that's not been a fiend? That they got a hint of something, potentially even something good,
Real powerful.
that they didn't quite run down.
You see that. I might have something. It'll take me a minute to dig out, but
Okay.
I might have something.
Good job. What an excellent question.
And you'd see like he'd close over his book and like wave to somebody at the side and be like, "Take over for a minute." And you see this guy that's like essentially having his break with soup and he's like, "I don't want to."
Oh my god, this guy needs a berry.
If only I had
It's just
some.
like,
Man, I
just,
sure
just man
hope
the
that I
table
was
for 5
forgiven
minutes while I go and check
poor
something.
hungry
And there's like a
and,
small
really
argument
badly
between them.
injured.
But
I'm
eventually,
doing
like
nothing to no one.
the backup sergeant comes and sits down and takes over the like admin bit while like still eating their soup. Just like, I don't care.
Soup time.
It's soup. They're on break. They don't care. But that drill sergeant like moves off into the main command center. Do you want to wait for them or do you want to like circle back? Like what we do?
Was his indication that we should follow him, or was it like wait here for him?
A bit more wait here or come back. One of the two.
I'm gonna wait.
Yeah.
Give it a few minutes and
Or
Yeah.
do you want to reconnect with Kai?
No, Kai's busy kicking an old man.
Okay.
I think we're just checking over the telepathic bonds and just like listening to how your conversations are going.
Okay, I think we'll jump to Kai at that point.
Hi.
Have you decided what you want to do? with it?
Gently wake him up.
Okay. Okay.
Paul.
We're like, you didn't have broken ribs before, now you do. Okay, we gently shake him awake.
Yes.
He does wake with quite a start. Hi, is everything alright?
Yep,
What-
everything's fine.
Okay,
I've leaned out like flailing and punching distance.
okay, you can see, like, he started to, like, jump to his feet in, like, emergency mode, essentially, but, like...
Everything's good. I just needed to ask you a couple questions. It's all good.
Right, okay.
Who was it that rescued you?
I'm sorry? A paladin? I don't know.
Could you describe them for me?
She was, I don't know, blonde, a tattered blue cloak, armor, mace,
Human? Maybe?
maybe.
Humanish?
She certainly wasn't a dwarf.
Yeah, fair. Skin tone.
Pale.
Okay.
Yeah. Hair?
Can I?
She said,
Who are
he's a
you?
blonde.
Oh, hi, I'm Kai.
Hi.
I'm looking for a missing paladin, who we think is the one that rescued you. So far, you have described her very well.
Hi, I'm Yorin.
Yarin, nice to meet you, Yarin.
Hi.
Where was it you were rescued from?
Oh, we were holed up in one of the basements at the ironmonger's. He had quite a strong basement door, so we all piled in there.
That's quite smart.
But we were running out of food, and we were slowly sending people out, and they weren't coming back. And then
That's a terrible plan.
they didn't really know what was going on. They were just in their basement. And then she came and she escorted us back
Great.
here.
Where is or was the Ironmongers?
Oh, it was in the northern west part of the city.
How
Thank
long?
you very
Maybe
much.
worth asking how long he's been here for.
Yeah, how long ago was this?
Oh, 3 days?
Oh, that's not much of a lead.
Have you heard of anyone else that has been rescued by her?
Her specifically?
Her specifically.
I don't think so. There's been a few people that have been rescued by the knights, but I don't know about her
So,
specifically.
She rescued you and brought you here.
Yeah, she escorted us back. There was about
And
5 of us
then-
at the end.
She left.
I don't remember. I don't know. She brought us here, and I don't know. We got pulled in.
Why she's in
here.
the library? What if she just headed down?
I
mean, that was 3 days ago, so like. But Mary could have actually kind of
Yeah.
seen her a couple times.
I'm really sorry. I didn't see her leave. We just sort of got taken into the refuge centre and given blankets. I don't remember.
Who else was with you? They might have seen.
Oh, well, the ironmonger and his wife, their son. You like look around. The ironmonger's wife, Mary. She might have known. I can't see him or their son. And then there was the weaver. I don't know where they've gone. Although they weren't really badly hurt, so I think they might. And they had a bit of magic, so they might have, like, checked in or something. I can remember the cleric saying they were quite excited that he could cast. So
Okay, that is all very helpful.
they could cast. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. Is it everything's okay though?
Yes, we're just trying to find her.
Oh, okay. In the middle of all this.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why we need to find her, otherwise we probably know where she was.
I suppose they usually do that after everything's settled down, don't they?
We need her to help things settle down.
Oh.
Is it great?
Oh.
You like a good berry?
Oh.
What is it?
On the DL.
On the DL. It's a very good berry.
Oh, thanks.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
It's a very good berry.
Like settles back
Just go
down.
straight back to sleep again.
Alright.
Just instantly looks a lot peachier and
Enjoy
stuff like
your
that. Thanks.
I guess now I go talk to Mary.
Okay.
God, this is like Chinese whispers.
It is a bit, yeah. I think you definitely picked the harder job of the two. Sorry.
We just have to wait by a desk.
Yeah. I go find Mary and I repeat the entire process
Okay,
again.
we'll speed that up a little bit.
Meanwhile, I'm like, so what's the deal with Lita? Do you take some bags? The Garant's getting in the way?
Like, Gareth doesn't even want to get in the way, and like now her husband's out of the way, but also like, how
Do you
old
want
is
to
she?
be in this?
Hmm?
There's a
What's that?
telepathic bond.
Huh?
You're saying they're not in the way, but do you
But
want to be part of
This
the...
is when you like her.
Yeah.
I mean, It feels more like we were thrown together by fate, you know, but that was just coincidental.
That's so romantic.
Like, she only spotted me in the room because I was wearing Garen's armour. Like, is that really a, you know,
Yeah.
that's not a
That
great
does
start.
feel like a rebound kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I think the husband was the rebound.
I don't know, she's an immortal elf noble from the Winter Fae.
And you're just a simple stable boy.
And Taylor's all this time.
Simple pig farmer, yeah.
Maybe while I'm working for Garen, it's not the way. But, you know, if we get back to the material
I mean,
realm,
somebody's gonna look out for her.
I mean, I'll do that, you know.
I really like that we roped you into the story. You're like striding across the mirror. You're like,
I'm
hold
on a mission.
on.
Actually,
I have some
Sorry, but
opinions
there's a
on this.
relationship drama and this is great. Okay, so making your way across the Mary, you pause her several times to tune back into this conversation. Just go, I'm sorry, but my superior needs me. Oh, you should definitely pursue her. Kind of thing. And Mary's very patient with you. You can see like she is like stitching up some clothes and stuff like that. She's very happy for you to constantly take coal breaks. But yeah, repeating all that information back to she's a very similar story to Yoren the baker,
Yeah.
in that they were all up in the basement, got rescued by a paladin that matches Aya's description. She thinks that she went off to talk to somebody, but
Ooh.
she doesn't really know who. Like, again, they got kind of funneled in, but she didn't, like, she definitely came into the
Temple.
temple, but didn't like.
Now to ask the sun
Yeah.
for the next piece.
Okay.
Okay.
There's like a bubble thing appearing on the Twitch thing, by the way. I don't know what that was.
A bubble.
Sometimes it's like a thumbs up.
Okay.
Woo.
Now it's a thumbs down.
Oh no.
No!
That's weird.
What does that mean?
Cult hates us.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, maybe we should fight something.
New angle.
Mhm.
Who was you said people brought you into the hall and she was with you when they brought you in.
Sort of. Yeah.
Who brought you in?
Brought us in.
You said like some knights or somebody brought you. Like you got to the building
Yeah.
and people showed you here.
There was like a cleric that
And she
checked
was
us over.
so the cleric.
Yeah.
And she was with you at that point in time.
No, she kind of peeled off
Oh.
before then. I
She
don't know.
was-
She just sort of like we were there. We were safe, so she just sort of peeled off.
Okay. Okay. Are your husband or son about?
I think my husband got roped into some of the inner patrols.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure what task my son got, but I think he's in the hospital bit.
Okay. And that's where the Weaver also is?
Oh, I don't know where they went actually. The clerics got kind of excited by them.
Is
so-
it not the clerics that are in the hospital bit?
I think
Yeah.
the Weaver had powers. Was a caster.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
really seen the Weaver since we got back.
All right. Thank you very much. How's Barry? And
Thank
I'll just
you.
leave.
Okay, jumping back to yourselves.
Yep.
You can see the drill sergeant is starting to head back over towards you, and you see he's bringing the Adolin over.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Showtime.
I'm so glad I'm not there.
So he brings over.
What's the Adolin's name again?
Sergeant Crasset? Is that right?
Classic.
Krasic.
Crasic.
Okay, pretend we don't know that name.
My spelling is. I've just been writing everything phonetically. That's
Same.
not why I've been writing.
Crasat, yeah.
Krasic.
Yeah, so he brings over Sergeant Crasat, and so he goes, right, can you tell them about what sorry, what exactly were you looking for again? Sorry.
A woman. Aren't we all?
She's got my vibe, but sure.
The long and short of it, there's an individual out in the city we're trying to find, and we think she might be detectable by anomalies with, paladin abilities to, I don't know, whatever the in-universe explanation for divine sense and detect evil and good is.
I mean, detect evil and good is a spell, so
Yes.
that has a name attached to it, which is detect evil and good.
Okay.
The divine sense, I think, is like it's a fairly common term in terms of it's a paladin's divine sense. It's what they get when they're connected to the god of their ability to sense other creatures. So I think that's a fairly good term for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So anything we asked about any uses of that flagged up anything that wasn't a fiend, anything out in the city that might have been potentially like divine nature or Does divine sense flash up? It's celestials, fiends, and undead, isn't it? It's
Let me
Fae
check.
as well.
As a
I want to say
paladin.
Fae.
Does divine sense there's some? I think detect evil and good pings Fae and elementals.
What's the
Right.
range
Yes,
on it?
celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet.
Oh, so there's still fiends and
Oh,
undead.
60
Okay.
feet.
So
No
yeah,
Fae.
divine sense is slightly more limited.
Okay, defense it. Okay. So yeah, you see the sergeant would then like look at the at Sergeant Crassa, and they would sort of turn to you and say, "Yes, there's been a couple of pings of celestial activity within the city."
Impeccable.
That's good, right?
Theoretically.
Could you elaborate?
Mm.
Tell us where you detected them, how recently?
And you see, like, he looks at the sergeant, and the sergeant says, "You've got it right." All right.
You goddamn right we do. Yeah.
And the Owlin shrugs and
Mhm.
goes, "The battle on one of the bridges towards Temple Isle a few weeks ago.
Oh, that was ours.
Oh, shit, was that us?
That was us. Go
Fuck.
on.
There was
Mhm.
a large burst then that
I
kind
wonder
of
why.
quickly winks out.
Did I have a 1 minute timer on it by any chance? Anything since that day?
Yeah, there's been a couple of reports of stuff last couple of days.
Okay, that's more what we're
Mhm.
interested in. Go on.
It's a bit sporadic
Location?
and uninvestigated.
Okay, we're here to investigate. Can you be more specific? Where have they been lighting up?
Mm.
And see, like, he'd be scratching at his feathers a little bit, and mostly in the southern part of the city.
But yours was in the northern part.
Northwest.
Mm.
But also, she can move.
I know.
Yeah.
Capable of that certain.
That was 3
And
days
also,
ago.
there's two.
Yeah,
Mm. And that was 3 days ago, and this has been the last couple of days that it's been
yeah.
southern.
Um,
Yeah,
Very
one,
good.
One could be like the divine thing, and also one could be the physical.
Could be, yeah.
um,
Did these come in from patrols, these reports?
Yeah, patrol leaders typically.
and nobody saw anything. It was just a vibe.
Just pinging for looking for devils in the vicinity.
Okay,
Got a celestial ping, marked it, moved on.
fair enough.
We don't have the resources to skirmish
Chase
these
it all
down.
down. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Okay.
a celestial out there that wants to help. They're welcome to.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the resources to go and pick a fight with them.
Okay, that's good to know.
Just asked them like kind of mark locations on a map of the city.
Does this look legit? Like this is sincere? Because
Yeah.
obviously he was being quite serious last time I snooped on him.
Yeah.
But obviously
Oh,
I
perfect.
still have my
Mm.
reservations. Does he look like he's genuinely like this is all the
Give me
intel I
insight
have? Okay.
Could, yeah, because we don't. The Adolin was on our list, right? Like
Yeah.
they were.
But he was just taking
Well-
bribes at Dusthelm. Like it
Yeah.
didn't seem like he
Great,
was like
grateful.
grateful.
Great
Thank
for
you.
it.
Um,
Not necessarily a full-on cult member,
He's
but
been signing off cult shipments into the city essentially.
Yeah.
He
Gotcha.
hasn't- He wasn't on your original list.
yeah. Is this a trap? Can we roll insight for you? Like, is this guy being deliberately shifty
20. Wait.
now that we want to go and investigate?
Yeah, I got the
21.
vibe that he was corrupt, but not actively working for
Oh.
the cult.
If one of us has proficiency, you get advantage.
Oh, I have proficiency.
I have proficiency.
Okay,
Let's
sweet.
both roll advantage. We both roll advantage.
I'll stick with my 21.
13.
Okay.
4 to
A
5.
13, he looks exhausted.
I don't trust him.
A 21,
He looks exhausted.
exhausted.
So tired.
So tired. He looks really badly beaten as well. Like one of his wings is quite obviously been mangled at one point, and it's in like what do you call it, strapping and like bracing and things like that to set it properly. It's
A splint.
yeah, but for like wings, like it's obviously not healing properly. He doesn't have access to the kind of paladin healing that normally would be kicking
Yeah.
about here.
Mm-hmm.
And like based on like maybe like his voice patterns and things, because you heard him before through Kai and things like that through when you were passing through Greyfort. He's certainly a lot more open now they're not.
I wonder
They're
why.
not open at this point in time. They're not.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be hiding anything, but they're not really like divulging a huge amount of information. They're just sort of chatting to you.
It's curious, actually, how he even got here. He must have picked up on like the boat, like right after us or something.
Come up the river from Greyfort.
Yeah, because like, but not that long after us, because otherwise he wouldn't have gone scooped. He wouldn't be here.
That's a good point.
Never really questioned it until now.
Should we try and like
Why
divert the
are
sergeant
you
away?
here?
I was going to try and say, should we divert the sergeant away and then grill Kresak a little bit
No,
more?
I just.
The sergeant just stood there going,
Why are we being covert about this? I'm just curious. What brought you to Pearlmire? You're not normally stationed here, as far as I'm aware.
"No, I'm not. I'm usually grateful.
Yes.
Why did that matter?"
I asked first. Sorry, I had dibs.
Do you have proficiency in intimidation?
That's
That's fine.
Because he's like, he'd scowl at you a little bit, and then and you can see like their eyes like
I'm just-
narrow and things like that. And say,
It would have been.
I got recalled.
Can I ask why? And by whom?
Just seems like awful bad luck.
Yeah, it's.
Oh my god, we
unfortunate.
stole the ledger from Greyfort, didn't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, you did. You see this?
Dereliction of duty. Dereliction of duty.
He got in trouble.
You see they'd shift a little bit. And like, there was a problem before, and I needed to report back in.
A problem with. Your
Can I see your
actions?
rips?
Kresak's a sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah, they're a sergeant.
Sergeant, we're working directly for the Lightbringer on this. We believe that this has relevance to this case. I think this is how he talks. This is how you talk, right?
Yeah.
Is
You
there
see,
you
like-
speak, yeah.
Their eyes would widen a bit, and like their ears like twitch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't report to the Lightbringer. He's not a knight.
No, but I do, directly. The Lightbringer reports to the High Observer.
Sure. What he wants.
Is the other guy still here?
Yeah, you can see the sergeant's just like.
Okay, I'm just gonna be like, okay, I understand that it might be a little bit embarrassing for you to acknowledge the fact that you were doing something that involved corruption, and that was maybe why you were recalled. But I'm just asking for you to confirm whether or not that was the case. I'm just curious.
I was not recalled for that. No.
But you do acknowledge that that was happening?
I do not admit to dealing in corruption. No.
Sergeant,
What is this?
Did you sort of blind eye to shipments coming up the river, passing through
Why are
Greyfort?
you asking a question you know the answer to, Adolin? He obviously did.
You can see like his feathers ruffle, and the drill sergeant is like stood next to him.
Because they're on the same level.
The Alan's quite a bit taller, but
No,
no,
I
like-
mean like tier-wise.
yeah,
level.
sort of like
Yeah.
slightly different like factions, but
Yeah.
sort of.
Both
I'm
sergeants.
so
Both
just some
sergeants,
discord. So even if the island hates us, so maybe this other guy will just be like, okay, you're on the level.
Okay. You, like Kresak would look at you both and say, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Okay, and it
Insight
could stay that way.
Could try
Why?
it.
Why
If
do you
you
need to
could just-
insight check that? You know
Is
the
he
answer.
bluffing because the
No.
other sergeant's here?
He knows. Yeah, you
That's
got
24.
it. You got it.
Okay. He appears quite uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Good, let's keep going.
You can remain not having any idea what we're talking about, feigning ignorance. I'm just curious what brought you here, because it does seem unfortunate that you did end up in a town right before it got transplanted into the middle of hell.
I would say it's unfortunate.
And
For
who
everyone.
was the one who made that the case for yourself? It's just the lead. That's all.
My orders aren't your concern.
You're deeply unhelpful.
Would we still have the ledger in our bag?
Somebody's got it in a bag, yeah.
I think I've got the bag of holding.
You stole
so-
it. Was it not?
If you just whip it out.
Oh, that really implicates us in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I don't whip that.
We're
Would
good.
Adolin think that? Or would Adolin be like, ah! I have it!
Aha, you're guilt!
Kai's
I'm
still
my
talking
guilt!
to Mary, and as you go
I'm
for
like,
it, it's
come
like,
on,
don't do it!
absolutely
No!
no.
I know how crime works, stop it.
Sorry.
Okay, I think we've stopped getting information and now we're just being dicks. And by we, I
Yes.
mean me.
Yeah,
I've been having
you're
a
just
great
stirring
time.
shit.
I do enjoy stirring the pot. Sometimes it's nice for them to just pay attention to petty drama when big stuff is going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for either Sergeant Cratter or the drill sergeant?
Mostly, are you going to change your ways and become a better person?
They just scowl at you.
I hope all that extra money went to good use. I hope you donated. Do you tithe? Like, is that a thing here? Did at least some of it go back to the church, or no? Never mind. My friend's too good for you, anyway.
That was
You don't know them, but they're too good for you.
Just confusion
All
passes
of
across
my
the face
friends are
at that
too good
point.
for you.
I don't appreciate having these slights said against me.
Yeah, you should probably not do them because then that means that we wouldn't need to say them.
But they're not true.
That's really cute that you think that'll keep on. Are you? No,
I
have
think we can let them go.
Adorable. Really adorable. You know what? Let's just keep you in ignorant bliss. That's perfect. Right.
I think Polly has her own arch nemesis now.
Yes, I hate this man.
Cratter would just shake their head. If
No further questions.
You
This
know
is just
what? You
gonna
know
be
what? If
insults.
I had my blueberries, my good berries right now, I wouldn't give you one. But then I turn away.
see, they just shake their head and walk off.
I don't see it. I'm away.
See, the drill sergeant just looks really confused now.
Well, we
Sorry
got.
about that, Sergeant. We suspect them of corruption.
If
still
that wasn't
there.
obvious from the conversation.
Just to make it abundantly clear.
Have you reported that?
Some of
Yes.
the stuff has been going down.
We have.
did.
We
We
were-
have.
we-
We gave the list of corrupted people to Ursho, who gave it to Garen, who did something
with it.
probably.
Something with it.
Which means you haven't reported it to the Knights of Ash.
Yeah. But we were in the process of chasing down
In
the
a
whole
roundabout way.
thing
And
when
then
the city got jumped to hell.
Yeah, the city went to hell.
Yeah.
Quite
And
literally.
then other things happened.
Maybe it's
Oh,
not
hey,
the best
remember
time
that
to
guy
be
that we
picking
took-
up small things like that then.
Pardon?
Even if they're not on the level, I'm not sure I give a shit about a ride right now when I'm just trying to get the city home.
Yeah, but again, a little bit of drama is kind of fun when, like, big skill drama is miserable.
We need to be working together here.
Mm-hmm.
Sowing discord within the people that are
Well,
they
then now,
saved a lot of folk.
now you have a perfect point of, like, allyship and be like, wow, what the fuck were they talking about, man? I've really got your back. So really, when you play your cards right, you
This
could
could make your bonds
you
stronger.
could be closer than ever.
Yeah, but it don't make you look good.
That's fine. That's fine.
We
In
have
any
so
case-
many enemies that
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
That's absolutely fine.
Thank you for checking out that lead. We'll be able to check out these sightings now.
I think it's best you're on your way.
Okay, so we've got north, northwest,
No
south.
more.
Remember that guy we took prisoner and then never questioned?
No, which one was this?
Does he know where I was?
The one from the teleportation. No, not the teleportation circle. In the warehouse, there
Yeah.
was the. We took somebody prisoner,
Oh,
and
bloody
we
Kraken.
carried their unconscious body,
Yep.
Oh my
right
god, we
here.
did
through the
it.
temple.
We handed them in.
and we handed them in somewhere. And last time we were here, we did ask about it, and they still had him locked up somewhere. And then we left for 2 weeks.
Is he worth talking about?
I don't
like-
even remember why we took him.
Well, it was like the
Mm.
the entire thing of like proof that Arva was behind it all and the ritual.
But then we
and
found
this, that,
other
and
proof,
this
so now
thing.
he's just under arrest.
Uh-huh.
I think we leave him under arrest.
And he wasn't even part of the ritual. He was above ground when that was all going down anyways,
Yeah.
so it wasn't like he's going to be able to be like, and you're forgetting about this key component that wasn't written down, but actually I've held the key the entire time.
Wow. Yeah.
He's there if we need him. I think it's fine.
Just
We don't
remember to
need
use this. Anyway, I'm going to the hospital.
Are we looping back up with Kai?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got all the intel we're going to get. You
I
want to...
should have checked with the Light Ravens before going to the hospital. Was Ursula there?
No.
Okay, I'm going to the hospital.
Okay.
I mentioned to them that I'm also looking for Ursula.
They think that he's currently looking for a cat and they don't really understand why.
Ah.
Cat. If you see a cat with wings, yeah, that's a demon.
A what?
You see cat with wings? This is a demon. That's why she was looking for him.
Why do we let Kai talk to people?
I mean, this is
Alright.
good information
Well,
for
let
People
I
need
should
to
know.
know
I
that
don't
there
think
is a
it's a
demon
bad
somewhere in
issue.
this building.
How loudly are you saying that?
Tell me about this.
Telepathic voice. It's so silent.
Okay, so we head to the hospital, and at that point, Polly and Adolin reconnect.
Kai, I have
Kai.
a new nemesis. They
Amazing.
You'll never guess who it is.
Is it the Adolin?
It is.
I'm shocked.
They fucking suck.
The fact that we call him the Owlin and nothing else, is that racist?
Probably.
I mean,
You're identifying someone as the
Yeah.
species.
Yeah, we know their name.
And we
but
don't know their name.
if somebody referred to me as the human, I could be like, well, you're nothing but correct.
It is
It's still a bit-
technically accurate, but...
A little demeaning though.
Yep. I think
Yeah.
a little demeaning is fine, though. I'm okay with that.
Alright.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyway,
The hospital?
we walk to the hospital and reconsider our internal biases.
Sure.
Ah!
So you can see the main hospital room appears to be set up for like the major trauma centre where folk are getting sort of assessed. There appears to be like a guard station outside that is like stopping people coming in essentially that aren't either clerics or like people getting set down for injured. So as you approach, you do get stopped by this individual. And it's just like, I'm sorry. Yeah, are you healers?
No, but we are looking for information on someone who is in this room.
And those are healers.
We have berries.
Maybe you can drop them at the kitchen.
They're healing berries. You don't have a lot of druids in your faction, do you?
No.
No, I don't think we have any.
Okay.
I would have asked Mary what her son and the Weaver's names are. I wouldn't just be being
Oh.
around like, I'm looking for the Ironmonger's son and the Weaver.
The Weaver. I mean, that's a cool name.
The
like as a
Weaver.
title.
Yes.
The son is called Ben.
No.
I don't think she gave you the Weaver's name.
And the
kept-
baker was called Yarn.
Yarn.
The weaver should be called yarn.
You're in the Weaver.
Because it sounds like yarn.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking for Ben Ironmongerson.
That's fair.
That's
very
how it
fair.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see the guard. She sort of looks at you. I don't know what to tell you. You're not injured and you're not healers. We don't need more people running around.
If I break my arm, can I go in?
That's really good.
I mean, it's just a drain on our resources. Why would you do that?
Fix it myself.
So you are a healer? Are you?
I-
Do you need to get your shift?
oh my god.
Technically, we do have
We have a writ. We're
the
doing other
ability
things.
to heal things. We have a writ from Garen. Does that help?
Can
We're.
you show me?
Adeline, do you have the
Adeline,
writ?
please.
Yeah, I've got the rip. Here's the rip.
If you want us to do some healing just whilst we're
I
in,
can get
actually,
Just in
I think
passing,
that
we could do like
I can get
night-
someone in charge. How's
that's
that?
perfect.
Sure, yeah.
Lovely.
Maybe not go in though. It's not great. And see, she disappears into the room.
Is there anybody barricading the door now?
Not exactly. No, she went in. So
Do you just want to?
Do we just walk in now?
okay, you step into the room.
We're just here for
Or
the.
just peek?
Okay, you peek.
Yeah.
It is a trauma centre. Like there
Yeah.
are a lot of people with a lot
Yes.
of like
Don't
nasty
wanna be in the
wounds.
way.
Kind of. It's, essentially, there are clerics running around like desperately trying to save whoever they can in this centre. This is where the worst patients end up, out of the prying eye, essentially.
I'm like, we are healers. I have
How
a
far
healing
through the day
potion.
are we?
I don't. I don't actually think it's that. I think it's like
Time's
midday.
exactly the right
For us,
Yeah.
though, I don't think. I think it's about midday because
4 or
we
5 hours.
we got up,
Which would
we
put you
did
at,
a
like,
teleported here. We have talked to
That's
like
loads
3
of
groups of people, and
maybe 2 o'clock ish.
Yeah, we had the encounter with the gateway.
Yeah.
Popped straight back. And we've not had a short rest.
No, we've not actually. I don't
No.
think.
Aligratis is off having a short rest.
Yeah, he's
Potentially. Or he's resting.
father camp. Yeah.
Good for him.
yeah. I mean, I've got honeydew potion. I've got 2 different ways to heal as class features. I could just go in there and be like, I would feel bad actually if I didn't, but like,
Yeah.
I
What would Polly
understand.
want to do?
Polly is not going to invade the space unless somebody that is like, because she doesn't want to go in and like trip and accidentally like,
Yeah.
you know, destroy. Like, if somebody's running past and she's in the way, and then she makes things worse. That's it. But if there's somebody who looks like there's in like dire straits, near-ish by, that she's like, I could
There's a
actually
lot of
help
folk
with
like
that.
that in here.
I mean, I don't think there's any harm in just starting feeding people berries. Those things are really powerful, weirdly, with like people who aren't adventurers. I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
But like, I would just start popping them in people's mouths and seeing what happens. Worst case scenario, they have an allergic reaction, I guess. But like, it seems like they have bigger things to worry about.
I don't know enough about medicine to know how anything works.
Okay, give me
So,
those. I'm just gonna take them and I'm just gonna start.
You do
So
what you
most
want
of
to
the people
do.
in here are getting worked on. So
Mhm.
like they're all like they've all got like clerics assigned to them, kind of thing. They're like
Yes.
actively trying to heal them with magic
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So whatever happens, you're going to end up approaching somebody that has got a cleric attached to them.
Okay, who looks the worst?
I mean, there's an obvious surgery room in the back where there's
Mm.
like some not pleasant noises coming from.
See, surgery, I'm conflicted. I don't think the healing would actually help with surgery necessarily, because there's
Because
no
you're trying
point.
to cut people open and stuff. You're
Seems
you're
what we're
trying to
trying to do.
actively
There's
make them
no
worse before
point.
they get better.
Has anybody watched the most recent Mystics and Magic?
No.
Okay.
No.
There's no point trying to, like...
What do you want? What's Polly's goal here?
Yeah, what are you trying to do?
Yeah, are we not just looking for Ben and the Weaver?
You are.
We are.
What are you doing?
Polly's now on her own.
I
quest.
feel bad.
What you could do is, as the cleric that is brought over to you by the door person, who's angry that you've stepped into this room and
We-
annoyed
we
by that.
We peaked.
We're not. We're still outside.
They're
We
annoyed
peeked.
by that, but you get like ushered in a little bit so that she can go back to her post, and you're now inside the room proper. You can essentially tell this cleric that you've got a bit of healing ability.
I
and
have
could
some
pitch in.
capabilities, it's true.
Um,
I can't
and they
spend
would
the entire
say-
day here. I've got other
What
things to do.
they would have like a quick conversation with you about like what kind
Okay.
of level your healing is. What
I
you're
will
willing-
just hand them the good berries that are
Be
left
like,
over.
do what you will.
I will hand them the honeydew potion,
Okay.
and I'll say that, like, I have a little bit of a magic touch, like a healing touch as well. So, like, if somebody is on hand that you think, like, a little kind of prod would be helpful, I can probably...
I mean, I got two people bleeding out. Can you stop that?
Yep, I can.
Cool.
I can do
This
that.
way.
Alright.
And you essentially get pulled off.
Bye,
immediately.
Bye.
And you can see like essentially she asks you to follow her because you are being
we're
now
all
assigned
going.
with a
Okay.
group. She's not letting you wander around freely around this area, and she just like points at a person and goes like that they're bleeding out, and you see that there is a cleric that's basically just doing spare the dying constantly on this
Oh
person.
my god!
Desperately trying to keep them alive.
Cure wounds? Is that not more?
They're mostly out.
They're
spells.
out, yeah.
They are.
Is spare?
It's a cantrip.
It's cantrip.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's a horrible way to experience existence. Like, no, for real. Like, imagine being that civilian who is like on the edge of death perpetually, and you're just being forced to stay alive by some person
They're
hovering in
technically
front of you.
unconscious, so
I know, but still, that's
it's not
harrowing.
great. It's not great, but they're doing the
So,
best essentially.
the amount of
Yeah,
therapy.
Do
so-
a cure wounds.
No, I
are
mean,
you doing?
I've got cure wounds and stuff, but these guys, this is me being a little bit strategic about it. Those spells are beefy enough that I think that they're actually overkill for these guys, and I want to keep them for us. So I will like give them a hit point and see just how much that.
With
Lay
lay
on-
on hands.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So our hit point with lay on hands would be enough to stabilise them and stop them from dying. It won't bring them back up to full health.
That's fine.
And they will still be quite injured, but they will be like not bleeding out and dying.
Okay.
And you can see like the cleric that is hovering over this person like slumps and is exhausted. They've obviously been doing this for some time, trying to keep this person alive,
Do they
waiting.
want to vary?
They're not injured. They're
No.
just very tired. It's quite obviously probably having a long rest a little bit, so they haven't been able to replenish their spells.
Oh.
We're getting to that kind of stage with
Yeah.
this. So yeah, so you immediately get led over to another person that is in a very similar position. They've lost like part of their arm. And they're just kind of bleeding out from that. But again, another quick hit point into them. They stabilise, you can see the wound cauterises over, and the cleric that is attending them slumps a little bit as well, and you can see like stretchers start to get brought in as those two people can get moved out into the more stable area and get like settled essentially. And she says, "Thank you. Okay, sorry, you came in for something, didn't you?" And,
Yeah, we're looking for Ben.
yeah, I think he's running.
Amazed
Ben,
that you knew him by just his first name.
don't get all the help. It's not a lot of folk.
And somebody that is a weaver, whose name I have not been able to learn,
No idea.
who came in with Ben. They arrived at the same time.
They were healers,
Okay.
so people were clamoring all
He could do
about them.
magic.
You can do magic. Might report it to the mages.
Cool.
It's not here.
Okay.
Cool.
I haven't got any
Yeah.
civilian healers at the moment.
Lovely. Ben.
Cool. Do you need me further?
Nope. Literally just.
Thank you. And disappears.
Good luck.
Tap, tap, tap.
Cool. Are we just patting everyone that you
Just
think
as you
looks
walk
dying?
past.
Anybody that I recognise is spamming spell that to spare the dying, I'm just like,
How many
But-
lay on hands points are you willing to sacrifice?
I have 10.
Are you willing to do all 10?
Yeah, absolutely. I've also got
The-
from my Aasimar thing, I can give people like 14 hit points, but I can't divvy them. So like that's something
You
I've
wanna
still
save.
got like on thing. I mean,
Mm.
plus the good berries, although they're kind of like now it's doing something a little bit more than just making people feel better. So I don't know if you want to kind of.
Cult
Yeah.
saying that you could mash up the berries and put them on the surgical tools to see if that would help. But then I think we get into the same problem as with the soup.
You just like no, but like you stab them with the circular and it just heals around it. You're like,
Oh no, that's like a torture.
Yeah.
So unsanitary.
that's so
Oh.
good lord.
It's a lot. I'm gonna politely decline.
Oh, let's spread some jam on the scalpel. Do some surgery with it.
God, you watch like all the clerics be like, what are you doing?
Not just now, but maybe for future. You could use it as like a way of kind of making sure that everything is always sanitary.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Anyway.
chatting to Ben,
Ben, hi.
you'd know that the woman that brought them in,
Yeah.
that saved them, which it's Io. You
Thank God I'm not tracking down another random rogue paladin.
It's Io based on the description and like how she spoke and stuff like that. He thinks that she might headed downstairs, but doesn't really know.
That would make sense.
That's to the
What?
library.
Yeah.
Downstairs in the library. Lovely. Thank you.
No.
We should probably check out the library before we leave the temple then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
For sure. Okay.
To be sure.
To be sure.
Should I mark off my honeydew potion as well? I gave that away.
Yes,
Yes.
if you intend to give it to them, they will squirrel that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Healing jam. Yes.
Just a bit.
Just squeezing good berry juice over the surgical tools.
That could work.
Somebody's got an open wound. Jam.
Okay, cool.
Just add jam to this wound.
Squeeze the shit.
I don't
Put
know.
it in the wound.
I'm not going into this. Nope.
Nope. Too weird.
So thank you so much for joining us on this Glasgow 2024 Twitch stream and for listening in for our chaotic campaign. There's a lot of discussions in this session, but there's been a lot of decisions that need to be made as this party advances forwards and decides the fate of Pearlmire. We are racing towards the end of our campaign here. I cannot wait to see what everyone decides they're going to do. But hopefully we will see you all on our next stream. Thank you for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye.